yeah, I am. You know, Andrew, it's one of the most precious things in the world. If you do what we do, it's called your voice. Even if it's a terrible voice like mine.
Yeah.
It's still how you make your money.
You got to have it nice and rosy.
You must. And good morning.
Yeah. Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
It's Friday.
Thank God.
And it's a bit chilly. It is true. But it is Friday, and we have a bunch to get to.
Yeah.
And I believe I made up a point on you last night.
You did not.
Did you switch to the Ravens?
I was always with the Ravens.
Oh, you were.
Yep.
I took the Ravens.
So everybody took the Ravens except for Wayne, who made a last-minute change.
By the way, the app right now is just looping a promotional for NFL.
Oh, good.
You can watch the NFL.
Brian Miller
You can watch the NFL.
Oh, God.
Brian Miller was all over Cincinnati.
Yes, he was. I'm just, I didn't really obviously care. I don't have any dog in that fight as far as the...
What I'm going to say to Brian is, listen, you won big.
Yeah, what are you complaining about?
Don't be greedy.
Don't be trying to tell
people
the wins.
You had a big win on Tuesday. You don't need to beat us here.
Yeah, I had a heck of a night for fantasy with Joe Burrow getting 33.72.
Okay, so I made no...
Derrick Henry,
I thought I had made some ground on you.
No.
Where did we differ this week? We differ in a couple of places.
Yes, you, unfortunately for you, picked the Dolphins over the Rams. No, that's the only difference.
I did. That's our only difference?
Well, we both picked Washington. We both picked Detroit.
All right. We have much to get to here today as we are headed into a chilly weekend. It's going to be the first weekend in a while we've had it really chilly. And 40s, low 50s, not all that bad, but
no.
We may even be just at times over the next week a little cooler than we normally would be in November. But then again, we've had some Novembers where it snows, and that's all we got. Willie Waffle coming up in a few. We'll speak with him. Hobica's free money question of the day today.
Of the day.
And, Davey, what amount of money are we looking at this morning to give someone the real opportunity to win dough?
$300.
Okay, $300.
Wow, Davey's just like...
Listen, if we had a winner every day this week, Hobica would be canceling the contest. I'm just telling you.
I don't know how to fix that problem that you were talking about on the air today.
Well, you give his money away willy-nilly. I mean, I don't know how I fix that problem either.
Okay.
You're just so generous. Also today, we draw from our 8 contestants, and we give away a $500 gas card.
That's awesome.
This morning from Clifford Markets and WIBX. I am so excited about it. We'll do that. Scott and Kirkville's coming up a little later on this morning. Oh, I've got the completely wrong day. No, I don't. I'm looking at the sheet. There's nothing on it.
That shouldn't be the case. Are you in October?
Is Scott on at 8:15?
Nope.
Okay. No, I'm in November, Friday, November 8th. I don't see what's going on. Anyway,
I'll have it printed soon.
There's an accident. There was an accident yesterday, a pedestrian accident in New Hartford. You covered that story, Andrew.
I did. So what happened
This is another... I'm telling you, there seem to be more situations where people are hit by a moving vehicle.
This is... New Hartford police were not specific on and did not release any information on where this accident occurred, but it did happen yesterday it happened Wednesday at about 3:30 p.m. when New Hartford police arrived with Willowvale Fire Department and Edwards ambulance. They responded to, it was on Oneida Street. They've updated the story. So it was on Oneida Street at 3600 Oneida Street, and officers arrived to find 36-year-old Joshua Hall laying injured along the side of the roadway. He was assisted by police and EMTs and brought to Wynn Hospital. It's believed his injuries are non-life-threatening. However, it was a hit-and-run accident, so not only was Mr. Hall struck by another vehicle, that vehicle took off. Witnesses were able to provide information to authorities, and they were able to identify ultimately 37-year-old William Smith of Sequoit And further investigation had revealed who he was and where he was, and he's been given a number of New York State vehicle and traffic law violations, including moving from a lane unsafely, aggravated unlicensed operation, unlicensed operation of a vehicle, and leaving the scene of a personal injury motor vehicle accident.
Tomorrow, you know that Veterans Day is Monday.
Correct.
And tomorrow is the celebration for the 10th anniversary of the Flags for Heroes event.
I was just driving by the Parkway the other day.
The flags are all out, right?
Beautiful.
It looks like something incredibly special. This year, the guest speaker will be Colonel John Sunray, U.S. Air Force. Colonel Sunray served on active duty from May 78 until September of 03. He entered the Air Force after commissioned by the Air Force ROTC program. And they'll also have tributes from the 10th Mountain Division Woodwind Quintet to perform music and a whole bunch more. But it is a ceremony that will be held tomorrow, and it's at 3 p.m. at the Parkway Center.
So like a regalia. It's going to be awesome.
And the backdrop, of course, will be the Parkway, just with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of American flags. It looks beautiful.
So what's the date of that again, the celebration?
Tomorrow.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be cool,
3
but
p.m.
sunny.
Well,
sunny.
They will be at the rec center. So, coming up in a few minutes, we'll speak with Willie Waffle. Davey, come here. Get on a microphone. I can't wait to talk to the two of you and bring you down to reality, because that's the world we're in now. Apparently, nobody deals in reality anymore.
Okay.
Nobody wants to deal in reality.
I can't wait to hear this.
I try to tell you people, and nobody listens.
Is it news about Juan Soto?
It is.
I just read the exclusive thing in the New York Post. Steve Cohen is going to be flying out west to meet with him.
They're going to meet in California next week.
Yep.
Oh, it'll be a wasted trip.
They are not screwing around, saying we are going to put not only our best foot forward, but we are putting the best foot forward.
Unpopular opinion alert. Good riddance. Have them. Spend the $700 million.
Okay.
Frankly,
listen. You know what happens?
Frankly, his right field performance,
terrible.
Not great.
Yeah, not good.
And frankly, his World Series at bats,
not good. Not good. Yeah, he'd be awful.
Get us into the.
He'd be an awful Matt, wouldn't you? Don't you think he'd be awful? Ugh.
No, I'm saying you guys can have him. Yeah,
that's right. That's what we're gonna do.
No, ultimately, he wants to be in a winning culture and a winning team with a winning manager, and that's Carlos Mendoza. From what the mentality of the team was, being down 11 games back, being saved by Grimace, making that run that they made.
Remember, that run came at a time that they were like 20 games below 500 or something.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was unbelievable.
But
when you've got 100 games,
when you've got a loser for a manager with a loser mentality and no discipline, no fight, no spirit, it's not shocking that he'd want to go elsewhere.
Okay. All right.
I know that'll get Richard and many other Yankees fans all up in.
I'm so glad that you're okay with it.
I'm at peace with that.
Davey is right. The New York Post is reporting that they're all going to be meeting coming up next week in California. They're going to talk about here are the benefits to coming to the New York Mets. So there you go. How about this story too? That just a year. How slow is the Federal Drug Administration in the United States? We are very slow. Yeah, we still put medicines on that are garbage on the market. Nonetheless, very slow. A year ago, a story came out where the science world had said that this, whatever I got to look up what the name of the drug was, pseudo something or other.
Sudafed.
No, see, there are two types of Sudafed.
Okay.
There's the Sudafed behind the counter, where you have to sign up
you get your license
to be able to make your
methamphetamine.
Your meth.
Yep.
And then there's the stuff you can buy you can just buy without having to put your license in.
Sure, okay.
So the ingredient in that version of Sudafed, and I believe it's phenylephrine. I'll get the exact coming up. But the ingredient in that, along with many other cold syrups and cold and flu medicines,
Fake.
It does nothing to clear your sinuses at all. And it's phenylephrine. It's been used since 1938. It was not subject to rigorous clinical studies back then, and it still is being used today. And I always said, whenever I go to the pharmacy, and I don't see where their Sudafed is because I use Sudafed.
Yeah,
that
stuff will keep you up.
That does not do that to me.
Oh,
I say, give me the good stuff. Don't give me that crap over there.
Give me that borderline illegal stuff.
I want the stuff that I gotta put my license up there for, and that works. The other stuff doesn't work. The FDA is now, a year later, after discovering that this drug doesn't work, a year later they're now ready to ban the drug. So any cough medicines, cold medicines, any of that stuff that uses this phenylephrine is going to be pulled from the shelves.
Well,
and they're not done yet. It's not been done yet. They're getting ready to do it.
Well, they had to have the year to pull it out and make adjustments in the budget and make sure that they made up the shortfall of all the profits they were making off people just taking the placebo.
I guess. Joe, you guys are having a problem with both the app and Radio Pup. I would suggest, Joe, go to YouTube. Search for us on YouTube,
you can
although he
listen
probably
too.
can't even hear us. I'll tell him. Go to YouTube. That is working perfectly fine.
Let me message the
YouTube.
powers that be.
This is terrible. I know. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. By the way, Joe is showing me that in Florida, where he is at.
Oh, is that Joe, our man Joe?
Joseph.
Yeah.
It's $2.79 for a gallon of gas down there. Why do we pay what we pay? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And then there was another one that I wanted to get into. Oh, it's the story about the Mets. That's a goodie. And, of course, last night's big game. Last night, the Ravens winning over the Cincinnati Bengals. How about a couple opened up the drywall in their home and found 115 stuffed animals wrapped in plastic. They were being used as insulation in the house. Isn't that weird?
That is. I thought you were going to say that's not what you want to see. You want to rip the walls down and find money.
By the way, that is true. The 115 stuffed animals were in great shape. They ended up donating them to Toys for Tots.
Well, if they're all wrapped up and protected.
They were all wrapped and by the way, in really, really good shape. So here's what they say about this amazing discovery.
Realized we had to do a little bit more about this. The internet wanted more.
And I said, oh my gosh, that looks exactly like my fluffy yellow duck. So I was devastated as a kid, and I've always been searching for it.
These mean something to someone, right? It's nostalgia. Yeah, if you can make a difference, why not?
Here's another story, and this happened again. I believe we had this story last year, very similar in South Carolina. Remember when the monkeys got out?
Yeah.
The monkeys escaped, and it was South Carolina. It was somewhere in the southeast where they were like breaking into people's houses and everything. It's happened again. This is a research center. This is where they use monkeys to research. Police search underway for 43 monkeys which escaped from a research facility in South Carolina Wednesday. Experts say they were too young to have any testing done to them, too young to carry any diseases. They were very upset, apparently, over the results of the election on Tuesday night. That's it. We're out of here.
We're getting out of here.
We are out of here. Here they are. Actually, they spotted them on one of the corners in the busy part of Myrtle Beach, and it almost seemed like they were singing.
Hey, with the monkeys.
Thank you, girl, for making the morning brighter.
Peter, is that who you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's who sings that song.
And then it's a very sad day.
Oh, no.
We've lost someone, and it's a very sad day. The voice of AOL's iconic greeting, "You've got mail,"
Are you serious?
has died.
No.
Elwood Edwards died yesterday. He was 74. He was the voice of AOL. Millions back then heard his voice when they opened up their email on America Online. Beginning in 1993, AOL, if you remember, was a dial-up service to surf the internet and get email. People hooked on their free trial software. They mailed out. There are still today with people with AOL email addresses, still today. In 1998, 50% of the CDs produced worldwide were AOL CDs.
That's right. You used to have to get a disc for it.
You didn't have to get it. It would just come in the mail. It was like it would just show up in your mailbox.
And then you would just put it in and sign it up.
And there'd be one for Mac and one for PC. They were logging in new subscribers at a rate of 1 every 6 seconds. Verizon ultimately bought AOL in 2015 for $4.4 billion.
You've got mail.
Remember that?
I do.
Wild.
So what was did you have you had to have had an AIM screen name or an AOL email address?
I had one at one time, but I got rid of it.
Mine was
early on.
Looking back was kind of embarrassing.
What was it?
I used to be a NASCAR fan, and I was a fan of Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon.
So
you were Jeff Gordon lover?
No, I was Gordon fan, and then 618 because it's my birthday.
Oh,
but I
okay.
spelled Gordon with an A instead of an O.
Garden?
No, so Gordon.
Gordon. That's funny. That's funny. Well, you're like, I can't believe this is available.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, because you spelled it wrong. You see a lot of
they
people
probably thought
like,
it was some guy Gordon that I was a fan of.
I think when I had mine, it was like I was able to get Bill Keeler at AOL.com.
Really?
Which there are many around the country or around the world Bill Keelers. So if anybody else had tried, you had to be Bill Keeler 2, Bill Keeler 2000 or whatever. But I was able to get
first.
I got mail early on. It was exciting. And then you realize you were really stuck inside the AOL world.
Yeah.
Or Netscape. You remember Netscape wasn't just a browser. It was an actual web service. And you were stuck in their world. And then to be able to get out, you had to just go to the World Wide Web.
Well, the internet was in its infancy. It was. Then you had the music download sites, Kazaa and Frostwire and
what was
LimeWire.
The one that was free in the beginning, the big one where everybody
Napster.
Napster.
Yeah.
You've got mail.
Hello, Lucia. You've got mail. It's President Trump saying thank you, Lucia.
Thank you for your vote, Lucia.
Thank you for your vote.
Bill, I'm so excited.
I love my Italians. I love my little Italians. I love them.
Listen, Bill.
Yes.
Did they bring the mail to you, so you're going to deliver it to me?
Yes, that's right. You've got mail. Yeah, that guy is. The guy is gone. Are you calling to gloat your winnings here for everybody this morning?
No.
I did see a photo of you, Joe Griffo, and Ann from Rome at Joe Griffo's
you're
event.
Kidding. What do you mean?
I saw a picture of you, Joe Griffo, and Ann from Rome from Tuesday night.
I met this lady. She's beautiful from Rome. I love her.
Yeah.
Okay? And
she loves you.
I was happy to meet her there. And so she said, can we have a picture with Joe and you? I don't like my pictures. I don't want to be in pictures, but I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
see it.
Lucy, I see everything.
Lucy, why don't you like to be taking pictures? Why don't you like being in pictures?
I never did. Never. And if somebody came to me, and it has happened to me a lot of times, to be on TV, I run away.
Yeah.
I run away, yeah.
Well, we should be thankful because you do not run away from the radio. That's the good thing.
The radio is...
Well, the radio, nobody could see you.
That is true.
I mean? So, unless I win, you send me places, remember?
Yep, you were in you've done a lot of big, amazing things. So, listen.
No, you did the amazing. You.
Well,
But remember when we went to Washington, D.C.?
I do remember that. We were in D.C.
Gay in the military?
Yeah. I believe Clinton was... Lucy would ask people if they were gay. Clinton was being inaugurated at that time. Yeah, I do remember that. All right,
Lucy, let me ask you this.
I hate to break. I got to break.
Well, I have to ask her one question.
Madonna, me, as Lucy would say.
Are you going to go to the inauguration on January 20th?
Listen to me. That will never, ever be me. Anybody but me. The world could go, but it would never be me. So now, I already know Trump. I met Trump.
Yes, I remember
that. A book signed by him. Mm-hmm. If I could tell you my story about that, and it's not now.
Yeah.
A long time ago, I could write a book. Believe me.
Well, you could write about a book about the book he signed. Yeah.
What's the book?
I don't know that we're going.
I'm thinking about it.
Andrew might go. Andrew might be there.
Andrew, you should go.
Very exciting.
Yes.
I can't wait for there to be another crowd size controversy.
But
Time for me to break. I got to break. I have to break.
Happy birthday to a friend.
Nope, you can't do it. Yes, go ahead.
Happy birthday to Adam, to Bill. Is it Bill Keeler's birthday?
It's not my birthday.
James,
Yeah.
to Gregory, and happy birthday to Angel.
Okay, you had a lot of birthdays there today.
Andrew Keeler. Happy birthday to
Okay.
you.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Lucia.
you.
Okay,
Have a
thank you. Bye.
wonderful day.
Bye.
And she's all excited. She's a
I
lover
didn't
of
want to
Trump.
ruin her day, but my birthday's in June, so.
Here we go. We got a break. Coming up, Willie Waffle and stuff to look at. We started with The Diplomat is back, by the way. If you've seen any of that, you might want to watch season 1 first.
Okay.
But it's a
Talking
good
about the
one.
show.
Also, this Menendez documentary. There's
Yellowstone's returning.
That is returning as well. Just a lot of stuff to talk to him about streaming, and there are going to be some pretty good movies hitting theaters that you might want to actually finally go out to see a movie in a theater. We'll speak with Willie. But all this stuff, of course, you can watch from the comfort of your home because ultimately it all ends up streaming. Willie coming right up at WIBX.
Have you been thinking about buying a new hot tub or spa? Now is the time. Liverpool Pool and Spa has a large selection of American-made spas and hot tubs. Enjoy year-round for both relaxation and hydrotherapy. Fast delivery and installation available, as well as local service and support long after the sale. Financing options also available for qualified buyers. Stop into the Rome location today on 1501 East Dominic Street in Rome, or visit liverpoolpoolandspa.com for more information. Don't just dream it, live it.
It's the final weeks of All Seasons Outfitters closing for retirement sale. Now save up to 60% off. Everything must go. Every department is on sale and everything must go. Winter wear, hunting and fishing, camping, workwear, hiking and footwear, fixtures and office furniture, everything must go. Store closing for retirement sale at All Seasons Outfitters. Save up to 60% off today. All sales are final. Visit All Seasons Outfitters today or find out more on Facebook or allseasonsoutfitter.com.
I had a heart attack 27 years ago. In early March, I started having chest pain, and I knew this was not good.
I was rollerblading on the canal trail, and I hit something, and I landed on my arm. Ended up at Wynn Hospital.
I went to a regular doctor's appointment 38 weeks into my pregnancy. My blood pressure was elevated and I was 4 centimeters dilated. My doctor sent me to Wynn Hospital.
From labor and delivery to emergencies and cardiac care, Wynn Hospital has all the care you might need.
The doctor I had was great. The nurse I had was excellent. They did all the treatment right in the room. All around, it was a great experience.
All the doctors and the nurses treated me like an absolute king, and I was so glad to be at Wynn to get their absolutely first-class, fantastic treatments.
Throughout my entire stay there, through every shift change, from delivery to postpartum, everyone was amazing.
Wynn Hospital is committed to delivering exceptional care to every life we touch. We're all in for you. Hear more patient stories at mvhealthsystem.org.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Throughout the entire month of November, take $100 off instantly on any 4 installed Bridgestone or Firestone tires, including popular winter tires like the Firestone Winter Force and the Bridgestone Blizzak. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today online at TallmansTires.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices guaranteed.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
And then along came Willie. Yeah, here he is. Willie Waffle, the man who knows everything there is to know about
Good old
entertainment. Here he is, Willie Waffle.
That is such an awesome song.
It is a good song.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
And then, you add Willie to it, and then it makes it spectacular.
So much better.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, while I have you here, I'm working on a new song for Thanksgiving. I'm working on. And it's called, people are asking me, what's streaming on the web right now? Do you want to hear it? Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
WIBX 950 AM, Utica, Rome. Check back to our stream as we'll rejoin our regularly scheduled programming after tonight's game. WIBX 950 is currently airing the NFL.
Hear all the
That's all. I can't even get this.
They're actually playing that in Gitmo right now, Willie, is what they're doing.
It's
extracting the world's secrets.
It's amazing. They've given up all their secrets. I'm working on a song for Thanksgiving. That is a parody.
My favorite holiday.
That is a parody to Paul Simon's 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
Oh,
and
I
the
love
song
this.
is 50 Ways to Eat Your Turkey for leftovers.
Yeah.
So how do you eat your turkey?
Your leftovers.
On the day. The leftovers.
Yeah.
Leftovers, man. It's a pattern. See, you have the big meal, in the afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when that night, when you get hungry again, you're basically just remaking the turkey in the plate just like you did a few hours ago. Then by Friday, Saturday, you're working it into sandwiches. Because you got the meat there. It's all, you can slice it up a little bit easier. You're putting it in sandwiches because it just seems silly to have turkey for dinner, 4 nights in a row, but having turkey for lunch 4 days in a row as a sandwich is fine. And
Nobody's questioning it.
So you're going to do that, yeah. And then eventually, do you make a turkey soup at some point?
I think you got to have a turkey soup. But what guy's name or woman's name rhymes with soup? I don't know. I've got put it on bread, Fred.
Coop.
There you go.
Make a turkey soup. Coop. Okay, I like it.
I like that. That's why we have
turkey
Willie.
soup.
All right, Willie. Thanks.
Coop.
Thanks for everything.
Take it. I take it from a can, Stan. Just listen to me.
So you do have to be careful with the turkey reheat because many poultry products they dry out. They tend to dry out if you microwave them or for too long or whatever.
Well, that's why you pour the gravy on it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
For.
Make a big stew, Lou. Cook it up in a pie, guy. Just listen to me. Ooh. I mean, there are many ways that people eat their leftover turkey. I believe
I like it.
This could be a hit. This could be a big hit.
And the reason we need this is because Thanksgiving is quickly becoming the forgotten holiday.
Right.
Come on. Thanksgiving is a great holiday. Thanksgiving is like Christmas without the pressure. I don't have to run around and get gifts. I don't have to do a whole bunch.
That is
I don't
true.
have to invite 100 people to my house. I mean, I can just have a really good meal and watch football. Dude, that's like nirvana.
It is. And you're going to get football on Christmas this year, too.
Yeah, you are.
My Steelers on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be fun watching them play the Chiefs. Yeah, that's going to go well.
Honestly, I think, and this is the irritating part, Willie. You've got a tougher challenge against Washington than you do against the Chiefs. I do suspect that the Chiefs have had a somewhat easier schedule, and they're not this amazing, incredible blowout team. They just find ways to win late.
They do find ways to win. It makes me sick. Okay, Willie. We started The Diplomat last night. I don't know if you watched that.
I have not seen it. I've heard it's great.
Yeah, you got to get to season 1. And actually, you'll be better off because watching it last night, I had forgotten so much.
Yeah.
And it's, the problem is though, it's not crazier than our politics currently are. So all these shows are letdowns. You might as well just watch the cable news networks. Okay, so we started that, and also I did not know there were 2 Menendez brothers.
Yeah, there was the dramatization and then the actual documentary.
I didn't know that. The drama was a bit over the top.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching the real stuff, the documentary, and it's terrible what these... Do you know, Willie, we just didn't even believe them. We just did not believe... They're saying, no, my dad was taking me and using things on me, using
disgusting.
combs and brushes and
toothbrushes.
And we laughed at that back then, saying you're making it up. It's not true. Now, I don't think that's a reason why you should not everybody should go out and kill their parents over something, as horrific as that even. But it certainly gives you a little bit of an understanding of why they did what they did.
Well, and from the sentencing angle, right? I mean, don't they have the opportunity to be rehabilitated?
Even when you're watching this thing, you're like, they thought their parents were going to kill them. I really believe they felt fear that their parents were going to kill them.
Yeah.
Because they were going to expose them. Willie,
well,
it was interesting.
I think the big question is that, and I don't want to say it didn't happen, but, who do we have that's alive right now that can counter the testimony?
Here's the thing.
We had a trial. We had a trial. A lot of things came out, and the way they behaved after the murders didn't help them.
It did not help them. It did not help them, but
I feel for them. I feel for them. I mean, I do feel for them.
I only say that I don't buy your argument, and here's why.
Okay.
We looked at things much differently back then.
We did.
We did not. If those two were girls that were molested, those people, we would have been like, "Yep, glad you killed them.
Yeah.
Let's move on."
Could you re-kill them?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna dig them up and we're gonna
Bring
kill them
back
again.
to life and kill them again.
But they were and I understand they're never going to be here because they were killed. They're never going to be able to defend themselves. But during that trial, if you just take what came out during that trial, we were a society that discounted what they said. You put that trial into 2024, and I think they get manslaughter and they spend 10 years in prison. I really believe that.
Yeah, no, that's very possible. I mean, and they're gonna review the sentencing, and there's gonna be some big decision made. I think it'll be curious to see if they try to do anything before the DA moves on, because he lost his election.
He did.
So, I wonder if the judge is going to try to make decision now
before January.
Or wait until before January, or just does it drag until January, and then you have a new prosecutor who might withdraw it. I don't know.
How about the wench DA or the prosecutor? That woman. She's like, screw them. I don't believe them. They're lying. They made the whole thing up.
Perfect example of what Bill's talking about.
Lost.
Perfect example of what Bill's talking about. How is Gypsy Rose out of prison, and the guy who killed her mother is still in prison, who actually has special needs, and she manipulated this kid into murdering her mother. But, you know what I mean? But the Menendez brothers got 30 years, and they're not even considering their defense. How about that?
Yeah, that's true.
Gypsy Rose is the woman the girl who was, her mother made her believe that she had all these ailments and that she couldn't walk. But then she ended up, enlisting this guy on the internet to kill her mother.
I can't defend it.
I know.
I can't defend it. It's a good point. It's a good point.
Could I just say, roll it in dough, Joe? That's a good one. That's a good one. That just came in. Thank you for that.
Good transition.
And then also, I appreciate make a turkey hash, Flash. Thank you for that one. Oh, Lordy. Well, at least we can laugh today. I mean, with everybody else out there, you've got people crying over the election. You got people celebrating over the election. The whole world is
in mourning, wearing black.
It's unbelievable.
Well, how about the blacked out profile pictures on social media, Willie?
Yes. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move to in theaters. Anything worth seeing in theaters this weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
We actually have two things worth seeing in theaters this weekend. And the first one is Hugh Grant being the bad guy in Heretic.
I was hoping you'd like this one.
Heretic.
Yeah, I am really liking it. So basically, it's these two Mormon missionaries, these teen ladies, come to his house doing their proselytizing, and he welcomes them in. And he engages them in a conversation about, theology and religion and God. And, as they're having this conversation, the ladies are starting to realize something ain't right here. And then they realize,
something ain't right.
Yeah, you're in trouble, baby. You're in trouble. That's what's going to happen. And now they need to try to escape. And this is all about, really two different. I want to say the movie is kind of like two parts. So the first part is the cat and mouse game. It's Hugh Grant who just is setting them up and playing with their minds like a cat playing with the mouse, right? And that is fascinating to watch, and it's building this great tension, and you're feeling all the danger that's around them, and you're hoping that they'll figure it out in time. And then the second half of the movie is more of a traditional horror movie. They're on the run. They're trying to escape. They're trying to, get away from the bad guy. I think it's a 3 waffle movie. I think it's
Nice.
very, very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm running out of time. The greatest Christmas I got 3 things to hit you with. Greatest Christmas pageant ever in theaters. What do you think?
God.
Yeah, and I told you the wrong title. It's actually the best Christmas pageant ever.
All right.
And a very fun, very warm, very holiday movie kind of style here. And I think on 2 levels. Kind of the first level is the cute little fun movie. They're putting on a show. There's plenty of slapstick. There's plenty of goofiness. And the second level of the movie, I think, is where it really gets interesting. As they're talking about these young kids who everybody hates, who are now in the Christmas pageant, and what is the true meaning of Christianity and Christmas and how we interact with each other. And I think that was very well done. I'm at 3.5 waffles.
Wow. Okay. All right. And then,
ever.
shocking, Jamie Foxx is doing a special on Netflix called What Happened Was about his medical emergency. We're going to find out what happened. I think that's worth wondering and watching.
Yeah, it's going to air on December 10th. He finally found a forum to talk about it, and he's probably going to get paid really, really well. Oh, and in conjunction with this, they're also going to release the movie he was working on when he had the medical emergency in January on Netflix.
Okay.
Did somebody make a deal?
I think so. Very interesting. Very interesting. A salad with zest best. Make it with eggs, Meg. They're coming in like hotcakes here today. It's unbelievable. These are one. And then,
we'll expect more from you on a week from today, Willie.
And then finally, Willie, a very sad day even for you.
Vinny.
I love it. I love it.
You've got mail.
Sad day. He just died.
Yeah.
All right.
You got mail, guy passed
All
away.
right, Willie, enjoy the weekend. Thank you, man.
See ya.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
She helped President-elect Trump win the White House again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and now she'll run the White House. And Susie Wiles, who was the Trump campaign co-chair, will make history as the first female chief of staff.
Despite her huge role in the GOP, she is rarely seen in the media. Trump says Susie is, quote, tough, smart, innovative, and is universally admired and respected, and will continue to work tirelessly to make America great again. He says he has no doubt that she will make our country proud.
Fox's Brooks Singman. President-elect Trump is also working on building his cabinet. And President Biden assures him he'll help with a peaceful transition, even inviting Trump to the White House. And as for the Democrats' election loss,
we're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going.
A Biden executive order that he said would keep families together has been undone by a federal judge in Texas who rules the president exceeded his authority, protecting hundreds of thousands of people here illegally from deportation if they're married to American citizens. The 14 states that sued to block the plan called it mass amnesty for illegal aliens. Israel has sent planes to the Netherlands with rescue teams and doctors to bring soccer fans back home after they were attacked by pro-Palestinians in Amsterdam.
5 people were hospitalized and more than 60 were arrested after an anti-Israel mob targeted and violently attacked Israeli soccer fans at the team's match. Videos posted on social media appear to show multiple fights in the streets.
That's Fox's Chanley Painter. A wildfire has left people homeless north of Los Angeles with almost nothing left.
I took a picture of my wife at the hotel last night, and I sent it to my kids, and I said, this is the sum of everything that we own. And it was a backpack, a carry-on bag, and a banker's box.
His home among the 132 houses and structures burned down by a wind-whipped Ventura County wildfire. America's listening to Fox News.
Police officer and K-9 handler Jacob Russell Chaffins was fatally shot while attempting to serve warrants for domestic violence offenses. And thanks to friends like you and your generosity, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation gave the Chaffins family the gift of a mortgage-free home. There's so much more to do and to say thank you to our nation's heroes and their families for their immense sacrifices, all for us. Donate $11 a month. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org. You know, the big wireless companies want you to overpay for data that you don't need, but you don't have to settle for that with Pure Talk. Well, you get to choose how much data that you actually want. And for $25 a month, you'll get unlimited talk, unlimited text. You're going to get mobile hotspot, 5 gigs of data. Go with Pure Talk, and you get to choose how much data you actually want. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, and if you do it now, you'll save an additional 50% off your first month from Pure Talk.
Republicans have won a 53rd Senate seat as they get ready to take control in the next Congress.
Former hedge fund CEO David McCormick has defeated 3-term Democratic Senator Bob Casey. McCormick used the endorsement of now President-elect Donald Trump to earn the victory. Senator Casey was heavily endorsed for re-election by many Democrats, including Vice President Kamala Harris, who ultimately lost the state's 19 electoral votes. McCormick's win will add to a new Republican majority in the U.S. Senate when the next Congress convenes in January. This was McCormick's second time seeking a Senate seat. He lost to Dr. Mehmet Oz in a primary 2 years ago. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Now, there are 2 Senate races still not called yet, but the Democrat leads in both Arizona and Nevada. As for the House, Republicans have won 210 seats and need to win just 8 of the 27 races, still too close to call to maintain their House majority. Stocks could fall. Futures down modestly after another record day that lifted the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 to all-time highs after the Federal Reserve announced another interest rate cut, 0.25% after September's half-point reduction.
We continue to be confident that with an appropriate recalibration of our policy stance, strength in the economy and the labor market can be maintained.
That's Fed Chair Jerome Powell. On Thursday Night Football.
After a 41-38 overtime thriller last month, the Ravens and the Bengals picked up where they left off. Baltimore won this rematch 35-34. Cincinnati's Joe Burrow hit Jamar Chase with their third touchdown connection of the night. With 38 seconds left, the Bengals tried to win in regulation, but the Ravens foiled the 2-point conversion attempt. Lamar Jackson gave the Ravens the lead for good with 1:49 remaining on a 5-yard TD pass to Rashard Bateman.
That's Bob Mortale. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls for all your mobile home needs. It's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. New Hartford police have announced a hit-and-run accident that occurred on Wednesday at about 3:30 p.m. in the town of New Hartford. It happened in the vicinity of 3600 Oneida Street. First responders arrived on the scene to find 36-year-old Joshua Hall of New Hartford lying injured along the side of the roadway. He was assisted by police and EMTs at the scene and then transferred to Wynn Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Once additional police officers arrived on scene, further information was discovered and ultimately led to the operator of the hit-and-run vehicle, 37-year-old William Smith of Sequoit. A further investigation determined Smith was the person who allegedly hit Hall. He was given several tickets, including moving from a lane unsafely, aggravated unlicensed operation, and leaving the scene of a personal injury motor vehicle accident. A Rome man is accused of breaking into the closed-off St. Mary of the Assumption Church and spray painting inside the door. Rome police say the former St. Mary's Church on West Liberty Street has been closed and cordoned off since the July 16th tornado. At 1:17 p.m. Wednesday, police say Anton Suzdalima broke into the church and spray painted on the inside window of the door. He was charged with one count of third-degree burglary, a Class D felony, and he's scheduled to appear in Rome City Court. 2 men were taken into custody after quantities of methamphetamine and fentanyl were found during a traffic stop on East Garden Street. Rome police say multiple baggies of drugs were found after 55-year-old Michael Martino of Lee was pulled over on the 500 block of East Garden at about 1:15 Wednesday. Police also say Martino was found with 58 grams of meth and 3.5 grams of fentanyl. His passenger, 34-year-old Robert Young of Rome, was found with 44.5 grams of meth. Both men are charged with one count of fourth-degree possession of a controlled substance. Martino is additionally charged with 1 count of second-degree possession and several traffic violations. The Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is revealing results of the latest crackdown on dangerous drivers from October 25th through October 31st. There were more than 46,000 tickets issued statewide. Over 1,200 of them were for impaired motorists and 1,600 were for distracted drivers. There were almost 33,000 tickets given out during the same time period last year. Officials say law enforcement will continue to do their part to keep the roadways safe. And the world's first wooden satellite has been launched into space. The palm-sized satellite, which was built by Japanese researchers, will be flown to the International Space Station and later released into orbit about 250 miles above Earth. It'll stay in orbit for several months to see how wood endures the extreme environment of space. The invention is an early test of using timber in Mars and lunar exploration, and if it is successful, it could open the door to other uses for wood in space. Are they going to be building homes on Mars? We shall see. It is 7:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Here's the latest forecast from the WIBX Weather Center. The cold air remains bottled up in Canada, but still some chillier air on the move with another front coming in. As we get some clear sky here this morning, it's chilly as some are starting off a little bit colder than we've been. But this afternoon with a shower chance, we'll get into the mid-50s, pretty close to normal with a gusty breeze. A shower early tonight. Then overnight we drop to near freezing, 20s up in the North Country. Sunshine, 48 for Saturday, and then a chance of showers Sunday afternoon in the mid-50s. Chance of showers on Veterans Day. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we are at 43 degrees under partly cloudy skies. It's 7:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. You heard it here on WIBX. The Baltimore Ravens trailed by as much as 14 points before coming back to beat the Bengals 35-34 in an AFC North clash at M&T Bank Stadium. These two teams always play each other tough. Lamar Jackson completed a 5-yard touchdown pass to Rashad Bateman with 1:49 left in the game to put the Ravens ahead by 7 points. The Bengals answered back with Jamar Chase's 5-yard touchdown reception from Joe Burrow with 38 seconds to go. The Bengals went for 2, and Burrow's pass fell incomplete.
Would you go with? Why not take it to overtime?
Got to go to overtime.
Yeah,
you have to.
I mean, I think that's
unless they just didn't want to.
They must have thought they couldn't win. They couldn't win in overtime.
Yeah, you got to try to go for the. You got to try to go for the guaranteed.
Kick the ball,
tie.
go to overtime.
Yep. The Bengals went for 2. Jackson was excellent for the Ravens. Who improved to 7-3. He completed 25 of 33 passes for 290 yards, 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. Burrow completed 34 of 56 passes for 428 yards and 4 touchdowns with no interceptions. 33 fantasy points. Thank you. Very exciting there. The Giants are going to be shorthanded when they head overseas. Wide receiver Darius Slayton is not traveling with the team to Germany. He is in the NFL's concussion protocol. The Jets could have to make use of their top pick for the 2024 NFL draft in a different position. Rookie offensive tackle Olu Fashanu is likely to see snaps for his second straight game at right guard. He's used to playing left tackle, at least he did in his college days. The Knicks officially announced on Thursday the team has signed Matt Ryan. The 27-year-old appeared in 28 games for the Pelicans last season, averaging 5.4 points and 1.4 rebounds per game. He also spent time with the Celtics, Lakers, and Timberwolves. The Islanders have won back-to-back games after holding on for a 4-2 win over the Ottawa Senators at the Canadian Tire Center. New York is now 5th in the Metro Division with 14 points at 6-6-2. The Rangers were unable to extend their winning streak to 3 games after falling to the Sabres 6-1 at Madison Square Garden. New York is now 4th in the Metro Division with 17 points at 8-3-1. And we've got the Syracuse Orange football team playing this weekend. They will be in the Bay State as they look to earn a second straight win. The Orange are taking on Boston College at Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. SU is coming off that 38-31 overtime victory over Virginia Tech. Their record is now at 6-2. Kickoff is set for noon tomorrow.
Already bowl eligible.
On the CW.
That's pretty good.
And Utica Comets They have a home game.
Tonight they play Cleveland, and it's a biggie. You got to get there early. 5:30, they're saying. They're going to have a whole medalist show.
Oh, that's cool.
Happening before. There's a pregame show they're doing. They say you've never seen anything like it before. And be in your seats well before game time and get ready.
And our man Dave Olney of the Dusty Puppies will be performing with his band there tonight as well.
Nice.
There's a Veterans Day game on Monday, which is going to be really exciting. They got some
4
special
o'clock
stuff.
game, I think, right?
Yep.
And that's
5
also
o'clock.
against 5 o'clock against Cleveland, and it's a Veterans Day.
And then looking
game.
ahead to the 16th, a week from tomorrow, it's Teacher Appreciation Night.
Tomorrow night is the Pioneers opening.
Yes, indeed.
We'll speak with Gary Heenan coming up at around 8:15 or so this morning as we move along here on this beautiful. Oh, here we go. On this beautiful Friday. I know it's a little early, but I'm trying to build the song. I had some people make it with ham, Sam. That was a good one.
That's really good.
That's a goodie. I don't know when to commit on it. It's coming up here, I think, right?
I think you're already in it.
You think? The destiny, there must be 50 ways to eat leftover turkey.
Oh, you're doing the leftover.
He said, I'd like to help you with that really big load. It's kind of hard when you're stuck in turkey mode. So many dishes, it's a culinary code. There must be 50 ways to eat leftover turkey. 50 ways to eat your turkey. Just slap it on toast, Ghost. Make a big stew, Lou.
Oh, yeah.
Cook up a pie, guy.
Oh, we love it.
Just listen to me. Make it a wrap, snap. Or stir fry that lap calf.
Oh, yeah.
Every last scrap. And make it turkey free.
Okay.
Well,
I like
turkey time goes. I mean, this goes. I'm getting a ton of. Can you stop the music?
Yeah.
I'm getting a ton of ideas for this thing.
Work in progress.
It is a work. It is. I think we're going to get there, though. I'm really excited about it. This is going to be a hit with a bullet.
I love it.
As they used to say long before I was born. All right, a quick break. Coming up, we'll talk to Scott in Kirkville is going to make his picks for the weekend. This guy is unbelievable.
I mean, he's like a.
I'm gonna tell you, if you can get through,
he's like a savant with this stuff.
He is, and sometimes his conversation is so complex, I can't follow it.
No, I can't.
But I'm going to tell you something. If you can pull out the nooks and crannies, through the nooks and crannies, pull out the good stuff, he wins every week. He is on a streak this year that is all you got to do is take the pick that he's doing, and if you want to bet, you bet that.
Bet it. My only fear is that I would ruin the streak. So
somebody's going to ruin the streak sooner or later. I'm going to tell you it's going to happen. Quick break. Oh, and by the way, last night we went to dinner at Aquavino.
Oh, okay. Very good.
And we had one of the food and fun cards.
Oh,
you slap that thing down there, $25. And Beverly, I'm just saying this, made pumpkin cookies with an icing on it on the top. I have to go back today to get more.
So the diet thing, and maybe just start next week.
It got blown last night. Yeah, I got
no room to talk.
Only the cookies, though. Everything else I stayed within. Only the cookies.
Good. You got to have some balance.
I had two of them, and that screwed everything up. So Beverly, I'm very upset over this, but I loved it.
You didn't bring any for the rest of the class, I see.
No,
right.
There was nothing left. My wife ate the rest. Scott in Kirkville coming right up.
You'll find no shortage of work to do in a New Holland Workmaster or Boomer compact tractor. Available now at Clinton Tractor. Get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no payments for 90 days, or choose cash back on these 24 to 55 horsepower compact and subcompact tractors. Stop into Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Offer ends soon.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for the past 52 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingshedsantique.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Lights, camera, music. Sunday, November 10th, the Rome Capitol Theater presents Guitars Along the Mohawk. The afternoon concert begins at 1. A lineup of your favorite local acoustic musicians will perform their original songs for a television production. Guitars Along the Mohawk, Sunday, November 10th at the Rome Capitol Theater. Complete details on the Guitars Along the Mohawk Facebook page and online at romecapitol.com.
Hi, I'm Lynn from Warner Sales and Service. Winter in central New York can be pretty unpredictable. Snow, freezing temperatures, or hazardous road conditions. You never know what to expect. One thing you can count on, though, is that Warner Sales and Service is here to help you get through the toughest part of the year. That's why we sell and service Bobcat equipment. It's the toughest and most trusted equipment on the market. We pride ourselves on the quality of our product and, most importantly, the quality of our service. It's our job to keep your businesses up and running, and we strive to go above and beyond for each and every one of our customers. You never know what to expect during winter, but you can always depend on us at Warner Sales and Service. Stop by and see us just off Route 365 in Rome. We are Warner Sales and Service, where quality still counts.
Building relationships, building trust. Warner Sales and Service. Warner's, where quality still counts. At Warner's.
Medicare Part D open enrollment is now through December 7th. It can be confusing to compare plan coverages, premiums, and deductibles all on your own. Looking for an easier way? Go to KinneyDrugs.com for a free online tool that helps you compare plans based on your specific prescriptions. Or call 844-653-5063 to compare plans and enroll right over the phone. Ask your Kinney pharmacist or visit KinneyDrugs.com.
Have you been thinking about buying a new hot tub or spa? Now is the time. Liverpool Pool and Spa has a large selection of American-made spas and hot tubs. Enjoy year-round for both relaxation and hydrotherapy. Fast delivery and installation available, as well as local service and support long after the sale. Financing options also available for qualified buyers. Stop into the Rome location today on 1501 East Dominic Street in Rome, or visit liverpoolpoolandspa.com for more information. Don't just dream it, live it.
This station is brought to you by Tallman's Tire, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Did I stop the audio and then you hit it? Are you going to drag it in? All right, we're going to try this.
It's still not 1 second.
Yeah, I don't think you did anything to it. So what is it? What is the? We're trying to fix the app.
I mean, I'm glad that I'm doing this.
Yeah, I'm
like
too.
it's my job.
Yeah, it is your job.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's awesome.
Can I just play it right here?
You can play it now,
like right here.
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
I just played it.
I mean, I thought I extended it to 1 second, but apparently not.
It sounds like a second. Listen. Yeah, that sounds like almost a second to me. I'm going to begin the blackout, see what happens.
Now you may not be able to hear us.
Now I'm going to stop it.
All right, how's that app?
How we doing there, Davey?
All right, we'll continue to monitor it. Not like we have a show to do here this morning or anything.
Oh, you work so hard to get people to say, "Hey, I do want to listen to this 99-year-old radio station," and then when they go to tune in, they can't hear anything because it's my voice over and over again. That's got to be annoying. That would be the one thing that would wake my wife up in the morning. She'll be like, "Shut him up." It's terrible. Are we even on the air? Somebody is asking. Yeah, we're on the air.
Okay. So we're on the radio. We're still good on YouTube.
I'm always good on YouTube.
Okay.
Till we're not.
We don't want that to break down either.
Right. At least that is working. Okay. Scott in Kirkville on the line right now. Scott, will somebody let us know if it's now working, if we corrected something? Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Hi, Scott. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing? There's another, it's amazing all these political movies showed up around election time. You had Joe Biden, they cast him as Bernie in Weekends at Bernie's, the sequel. Howard Potter's movie, Foiled Again 2 is doing well. But actually, Chuck Lesser's got a movie out now.
Oh, he does?
Don't make fun of Chuck. No.
Yeah,
I can't let you make fun of Chuck now. Come on.
Please do.
No, it's, his movie's doing great. It's called Rebel Without a Primary. And it's doing real well.
I feel
2 out of
like
3 ain't bad.
You are a better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You are a better.
Whatever,
Brilliant you are with your picks again last week. You had another huge week.
Thank you. Actually, we'll start with the Breeders' Cup. If you followed my advice, you're on the plus side. That double that we had, from the 7th and 8th race, because I wasn't sure about the big race, but we knew about the 7th race.
Yeah.
So you played the double. For every $2 you bet, you got back 54.
Wow.
The Bill Keeler horse, though, of the year, Torpedo won for fun. I actually made a substantial, that was the play of the whole card. I made a substantial bet on the win, but I was surprised he got $18 back on the trifecta. So for the 2 horses I gave you underneath, they ran exactly the way I thought. Those 2-6-1. If you played the exacta, every $2 back, you got $7.80. Your Bills are doing great. Once again, we played the team total over that.
That was good. Yeah,
that was good. Washington, and then Indiana, guys. I don't know when this gravy train ends. It could end this week, but if you listen to the Bill Keeler show 9 weeks ago, I'm telling you, you would have been paying for a wedding reception. 9-0 against the spread. 9-0 over the team total. They did play Michigan State Kathy's team. Michigan State, a little scared. They're down 10-0. They scored the final 47 points of the game. So therefore, they're playing Michigan this week. They're a 14-point favorite with their team total right now is roughly about 29-30. So what happens is in Washington in the NFL, if you get teams in Vegas that underestimate and they start the season, it takes them a long time to make that market change. And it's Indiana's name. If that was Penn State, that market change would have been changed forever. But it's Indiana's name. And, of course, Washington until a couple years ago wasn't considered good. Even the Giants were supposedly considered better. And so they haven't changed that much. And so that's how you win. And the other one's Detroit, guys. I mean, every week it's a low team total. This team is the best offensive team in the league. They're playing at Houston this week. Once again, the over-under is only 26. That's one of my big picks.
Wow, so over on that one, that seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, the team total.
Yeah.
Now, here's the last night there's classic reasons why.
Team total is different than over. Yes, okay, that's important to know.
Yeah, I mean, there's difference between both teams combine over-under, and then you can bet individual teams over-under.
Gotcha, okay.
So
that is not the over. I see.
Right, so it's that the Lions will score more than 26 points.
More than 26 points, which you can look every week. They scored 24. I don't know if you guys saw the Green Bay-Detroit game last week. And in the driving rainstorm and the wind, they still scored 24.
The interesting thing
in the Dome Stadium this week.
You know the interesting thing, Scott, about that game, and this is frustrating as a Green Bay fan. The Packers were able to do something other defenses weren't able to do. The 24th points, or the extra 7 points, were from a pick six from their defense. The Green Bay defense held them to 17 points.
Wow.
Right.
Can I just interrupt for a moment? Ray says the app is still on a loop.
Oh, good. Okay.
And he also said fry it in a pan, Stan. So thank you
good.
for that, Ray.
Thank you for that contribution.
Adding that into the list.
I understand on the lead act for Senator Griffo, right? Is he in the green room right now? Is he?
He's not
eating
yet.
Like donuts and drinking out of the juice bar right now?
Oh, he's on at 8:30 this morning. So, okay, give people a pick of a lifetime. Give them a pick of a lifetime.
Pick of a lifetime
right now. Yes.
Well, I think if you're going to go NFL, the two lifetime picks, I think that Detroit, if it stays under 28, is
okay.
They're playing in the Dome Stadium against Houston. Buffalo, because you guys are Bills fans, once again, a low over-under, probably in a Dome Stadium, 26. If you go college, this is the fun part, guys. If you follow college, now this playoff time. These teams have to impress to keep their spot in the playoffs. Boise's been averaging 40. Their team totals right now 37. BYU, I think this is another big pick. They're playing Utah. You got to watch out for the weather because now we're in bad weather situation, but their team total is only 22, and they're right on the fringe. And these teams got to keep, style of points.
Yep.
And to me, if BYU if they can score 40, they will.
Okay.
Oregon's the same way. They're number one in the country. Want to keep the number one rank? That's only 38. So those are the ones right there. I'll give you another pick, guys, and I don't want to be totally political, but Vice President Harris will not be the nominee in 24, 28 for two reasons. They spent $11 billion on her. Wow. They blew through $1 billion the last week. Theoretically, they're actually said they're $20 million in debt. Who's going to trust a candidate when they can't win? Basically spending $10 billion.
I think that she is now. Listen. Making predictions in politics today is not a smart move.
Correct.
I'm just saying that.
But I will tell you, I can't imagine she will be a candidate for anything going forward.
Right.
Can't imagine. I think you're right. Quickly, Scott. Kathy has a question for you. Kathy, good morning. You're on with Scott, and what's your question?
Hi, good morning to everybody. I have to ask you, Michigan State, Scott, only has 3 more games. They need 2 bowl wins. We're getting kind of desperate here. And what about the Dolphins? We're having a tough year.
Well, I'm a Dolphins fan too, and to be honest, I wasn't a Tua fan when they had Justin Herbert. Cause
I was wondering who you're a fan of. Yeah.
Deep, and you can't play in bad weather, and he's proven that.
Yeah,
so they're in trouble. Their defense is not good, and Tua's 1 concussion away from.
Well, he can be 1 concussion away from death.
God love him, but check him out when he's 50 years old, guys.
Yeah, that's going to be awful. Yeah.
Can you ask Senator Griffo one political question?
Thank you, Kathy. You have a wonderful day. Okay.
Okay. You too. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye, Kathy. I don't understand if you're for Trump and want his policies to go through, why these states that Trump carried, the Democrat senator won. I mean, it makes no sense to me. If you want to succeed, why are you putting like a barrier?
It's very interesting. That you know why? Because politics is local, and it is very interesting how you'd get Trump carrying a state, and then all of a sudden all bets are off with Trump. I really believe that it's changed the entire landscape of politics. And for those people out there saying, I knew this was going to happen, nobody seemed to be able to say this was going to happen. Although John Decker yesterday said he thought it would go either 2 ways, that she would win in a close race or he would blow her out.
Yeah.
And, I guess that's really hedging your bet a little bit. But all right, Scott.
Quickly, Bernie Sanders actually threw her under the bus, and he won't take credit for it, but he was on Meet the Mess, and he said, don't listen to what she's saying because she has to be elected, but she's going to go back to her normal ways. When he said that, all that flipping went out the window.
Well, he's trying to say that to benefit the far left, when in reality he's probably, you're right, throwing her under the bus. Okay.
He's throwing under the bus.
Good
Okay,
stuff.
guys,
Thank you,
have a
Scott.
good one. We'll talk
Okay.
to you next week.
All right, Scott.
Like Syracuse will the over-under, they'll go over 52.5.
Okay. Does Syracuse lose?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I tell you, bring the popcorn. It's going to be a very entertaining game.
Okay. All
All
right,
right, Scott.
Tomorrow at what time?
Thanks, guys.
Noon.
Thank you. Tomorrow noon. All right, coming up, we're going to give you an opportunity to win Hobica's free money question of the day. It's worth $300 this morning. Great question. And we'll give away $500 in gasoline. Davey, are you excited about this or what? Tomorrow night, the Utica Pioneers, they go live. Their first game is tomorrow night, and the Comets play tonight. Get there early for the pregame festivities. It's going to be unbelievable. Starting tonight around 5:30, I believe is what they are saying. All right. What caller number you want for the free money question?
6.
Sixth caller right now. Your chance to win $300. Caller number 6 right now from Hobica and WIBX.
I've been in this home for over 50 years. My grandson had Standard at his place. I wonder if I could get that. I thought it was too good to be true. I got a call. It was the vice president of Standard. Standard gave me for free over $10,000 worth of insulation. I tell all my friends, you're crazy if you don't call them. The only regret I have, I wished I had called Standard sooner.
Roger got over $10,000 of insulation for free. Give us a call at 315-859-6292 to see what you might be eligible for.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Throughout the entire month of November, take $100 off instantly on any 4 installed Bridgestone or Firestone tires, including popular winter tires like the Firestone Winter Force and the Bridgestone Blizzak. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today online at TallmansTires.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices guaranteed.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for the past 52 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingshedantique.com.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy semaglutide and Ozempic semaglutide are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss plans tailored to you, like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy or oral medications. Through Hers, treatment options can be prescribed 100% online. A medical provider on our platform can determine if a weight loss plan is right for you. And if prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door, all for as little as $79 a month with a 5-month subscription for oral medications and $199 a month with a 12-month subscription for GLP-1s. No hidden fees, no access fees, and no membership fees. Get started at forhers.com/radio. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
It's the final weeks of All Seasons Outfitters closing for retirement sale. Now save up to 60% off. Everything must go. Every department is on sale and everything must go. Winter wear, hunting and fishing, camping, workwear, hiking and footwear, fixtures and office furniture. Everything must go. Store closing for retirement sale at All Seasons Outfitters. Save up to 60% off today. All sales are final. Visit All Seasons Outfitters today or find out more on Facebook or allseasonsoutfitter.com.
Have you been thinking about buying a new hot tub or spa? Now is the time. Liverpool Pool and Spa has a large selection of American-made spas and hot tubs. Enjoy year-round for both relaxation and hydrotherapy. Fast delivery and installation available, as well as local service and support long after the sale. Financing options also available for qualified buyers. Stop into the Rome location today on 1501 East Dominic Street in Rome, or visit liverpoolpoolandspa.com for more information. Don't just dream it, live it.
You're already supermom. Bouncing from work to soccer practice most nights, you've got your hands full. Luckily, AmeriQ's right here whenever you need us. Make remote deposits, pay a person, check your credit score, and more, all from the AmeriQ app. So whether you're in line at grocery pickup or sitting on the bleachers, you really can't do it all with AmeriQ. Download our app or visit AmeriQ.org to open an account. Membership eligibility is required, insured by NCUA.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Throughout the entire month of November, take $100 off instantly on any 4 installed Bridgestone or Firestone tires, including popular winter tires like the Firestone Winter Force and the Bridgestone Blizzak. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today online at TallmansTires.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices guaranteed.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Everybody complaining about the app this morning. I got to tell you,
we're working on it.
One of the beautiful things, though, is how far we have come over these years. Where I remember trying to get people to listen online, and it was like pulling teeth. Today, it's like half of our audience.
You had an online platform back when I started with you.
It's called MOVA Radio.
MOVA Radio,
and it was all online. The technology just wasn't there.
That's where
you had to work to get it on in your car. Now you just hit one button and we're playing.
That's where
in your
we
car.
broadcast MOVA Radio. That's where we broadcast the Freddie Show.
The Freddie Show. Yeah. Oh boy.
Those days.
It's time for Hobica's free money question of the day, and I just want to tell you, Davey, get on the mic here, please. Are you there?
Quickly.
I'm here.
I was chewed out by Hobica last night.
Uh-oh, sorry, Joe.
He said, Davey is giving my money away willy-nilly. Just giving it away. He said, what is going on over there?
Sorry.
He said the other day, I thought he said 150, and then it turned out to be 250. I said,
you guys changed it up.
I said, that was Davey.
He's going rogue
That
lately.
was Davey. He was eating while he told me, and I misheard him. And how much are we giving away today? Potentially $300. Can you believe it? All right, Davey, let's see what happens.
I say one thing, and then you change it up quite a bit sometimes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, I really don't know. Gibberish in there. Gibberish coming out of the booth. Here is John in Sequoia. Hello, John. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. How are you guys doing?
Good. We're giving you a chance to win $50 from the Hobica Law Firm. Is it 50 today? It's $300. $300. Are you ready, John?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember this? I want to play it for you. Do you remember this? Let's see if it'll play. I think it will.
You've got mail.
You remember that?
Yes.
That has really nothing to do with our question today.
Thought it was too easy.
But the guy just died. The guy just died. It's very sad. Okay, here is your question. You'll have 7 seconds to answer. In what year was the internet opened to the public? Ready, go.
1984.
What did he say? He said 94?
That was a great.
I said 84.
Oh, he said 84?
No. Don't second guess. That was a great guess. It was 1993. Oh my God, that was close. That was $300 right there, man. That was close. But I will give you the all-in-one food and fun. 1993, and that changed that really has changed the world.
I mean,
when you think about it.
You think about it.
You have access to everything.
And sometimes it's been a detriment, but also a useful tool.
It kind of has. All right, we're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card. Good at Beverly's place. And we're talking about Aquavino, where she made those pumpkin cookies you could get on the dessert menu that are just melt in your mouth. Babes and Taylor and the Cook. And it's also good at the Comets and Nexus. any of those games, even the gift shop, stand by. Davey's going to hook you up. Thanks, John.
Thanks so much.
All
Thank you.
Had a very good guess there.
Yeah, very close. That's why it's important with that 7-second clock looming. You just got to throw in a guess.
The internet was open to the public in 1993. Boy, and that just changed our world. Terry is on the line right now. Hi, Terry. Good morning.
Hi. I wanted to let your listeners know about the coin show this Sunday at the Deerfield Fire Deposit.
Oh, the coin show. Got it. Okay.
You have an old. I see you have an old phone. It's got. Do you have one of those where you still unscrew the
crackly
the mouthpiece?
No, but
it's a noisy line. Yeah.
Is this your cell phone? Is this your cell phone?
No.
No, it's not a cell phone.
Oh, okay.
Is it a wireless?
No.
You might have to blow the lines out.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we're gonna have to blow the lines out. We got to get you a new phone. Okay, so this is the coin show, and it's happening at the Deerfield Firehouse.
That's right on Trenton Road, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
Trenton Road.
And it's from 10 till 3 this Sunday.
This Sunday, 10 till 3. What's the oldest coin you have, Terry?
I have English coins going back at around the year 1000.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's incredible. I mean, just think about it. That is in your hand.
And ancient coins going back to the 200s and 300s AD. Yeah.
When you put those in your hand, which I'm sure you don't do often, but when they're in your hand, does it? You have to take that moment and really think about the fact that 1,000 years ago somebody had that coin in their hand,
or that it was forged 30,
right?
In the year 1000.
Pretty impressive, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I hope everybody.
I'm told the app is fixed. By the way,
the app is fixed. I hope everybody comes to your coin show. Good luck. Okay.
Okay then.
All right. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
I want to thank Megan for finally getting that done for us.
All right. It's time, Davey. Let's do this gas giveaway, and I want to explain to you.
Can we break first?
Here's how this works. Let me explain how it works, and we will. Okay. This Sunday, 10 till 3. What's the oldest coin you have, Terry?
I have English coins going back at around the year 1000.
Wow. I wanted Terry to be able to hear himself. He just did. Okay, here's how this works. We have 8 contestants. 4 of them won a $25 gift card to Cliff's Market over the app. 4 of them won during the week, this week, on the radio, where we called for a certain number caller. And now, here we are today with 8 contestants. One of them is going to win an additional $500.
Wow.
We have a really cool way to determine how they win it, and we're going to do it next, coming right up at WIBX.
Utica in the Mohawk Valley, Black Friday is on at Mattress Express. Shop nowhere else. Listen to these deals on select sets of Purple. Save up to $1,000. We have the largest selection of Purple in New York State. Puffy, save up to $1,350. Tempur-Pedic, $500. Sealy, $400. Stearns & Foster, save up to $800. And buy a Queen adjustable bed tech base for $999. Get a $500 prepaid Visa card back. How do you beat that? 5 years to pay, no money down for qualified buyers. Want a bed? You can pick the number on each side. The Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, you know it. The Flex Setting King or Queen reversible cover. Get a $1,000 prepaid Visa card in 5 years. No interest, no money down for qualified buyers. And don't forget, we are open Thanksgiving night for our annual Thanksgiving Day sale. You will get deals Thanksgiving night you will never get the rest of the year. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Lights, camera, music. Sunday, November 10th, the Rome Capitol Theater presents Guitars Along the Mohawk. The afternoon concert begins at 1. A lineup of your favorite local acoustic musicians will perform their original songs for a television production. Guitars Along the Mohawk. Sunday, November 10th at the Rome Capitol Theater. Complete details on the Guitars Along the Mohawk Facebook page and online at romecapitol.com.
Ferris commercial mowers set the bar with racing-inspired patented full suspension and integrated cutting decks so you can go faster, cut better, and not get beat up. Ferris Experience Suspension. Take advantage of the best financing and prices of the year. Visit us at whitesfarmsupply.com.
We're the power in power equipment. White's Farm Supply.
This station is brought to you by Tallman's Tire, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
You'll find no shortage of work to do in a New Holland Workmaster or Boomer compact tractor. Available now at Clinton Tractor. Get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no payments for 90 days, or choose cash back on these 24 to 55 horsepower compact and subcompact tractors. Stop into Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Offer ends soon.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I'm in a complaining mood today. You know that. I'm sorry. It's just one of those days.
I'm sure that wouldn't be the last one.
Nope, I'm sure. I am sure.
You know what? I'm going to put a little box outside of the studio door. You can drop them right in there.
Okay, well, no, I drop them all morning long.
I'll go right into the dumpster with them.
I'm a complaint dropper all morning long. Everything's going wrong. John, QAnon John, Trump will be the last president of the United States on YouTube. And also tell Joe
he seems disappointed in the decision. I can't figure this guy out.
Tell Joe to stop complaining. His money is worthless. Talking about Hobica. Meaning that the American dollar is going to be worthless soon.
Oh, gotcha.
These are the predictors that QAnon John is making.
Rocky in Utica. I had Scott with 3 wrong and 2 correct. Bills and Michigan State last week. Deeds in New Hartford contributing to the song. 50 Ways to Eat Your Leftover Turkey. Give me all that tryptophan, Dan.
That's good.
T in New Hartford. For Bill's song, make a post Thanksgiving egg roll, Joel. Oh, make a post Thanksgiving egg roll, Joel.
A little tough to sing that.
Yeah, tough to sing. We'll figure it out.
Bill this morning. Happy 44th wedding anniversary to Magic Bill and his his wife. Happy anniversary.
I know you're currently streaming the NFL, but don't forget that tryptophan man. That's Brian in Utica. We fixed it. I live in Rome, and I keep getting static on my truck radio. If you're on 92.3, there's a shared signal there, so that might be the problem with there. So go to the AM band.
Yep. Let's give away
one more thing. Big Honey and Hecla. I watched the Martha Stewart documentary on Netflix last night. She's pretty amazing and reminds me a lot of a female Donald Trump.
So I will tell you that I also watched it, and I'm not sure I agree with the Trump thing, but I do agree she is amazing and ruthless. She never should have gone to prison. That's never should have happened.
Well, she got a lot of clout with a lot of people.
The prison thing actually helped her.
Yeah.
All right, let's. Here's what we do: the free gas. It's Free Fuel Fridays.
Free Fuel Friday.
And every week we pick winners of a $25 gift card during the week from Cliff's Market and WIBX. We do 2 a day. It gives us 8 total winners who've each won a $25 gift card. And Andrew, the names of this week's winners. Ready to win 5-1 is ready to win $500. What do we have?
We have Larry, Patty, Rudy, Donna, Jason, Linda, Christopher, and another Patty.
Okay, we have this device here in studio, which I don't know is going to show up on
it's what I'd like to call the dollar store Plinko board.
It's like a little Plinko board, and you drop the coin in, it'll move around. Where it stops, nobody knows.
So just so everybody knows, Davey is the dropper of the plastic coin. He's got it centered, so center it, Davey. There you go.
All right, here we go.
Cliff's Local Market logo, and he'll drop in 3, 2, 1. Making its way board.
Oh, it went way left.
So it's going to go to Patty Stefanski.
Patty Stefanski, congratulations. You have now won
$500.
How about that? And you're not going to have to complain about the eggs costing so much anymore because you have just gotten free gas for quite a few weeks here going forward.
$500 will get you a while.
$500 from Cliff's Local Markets and WIBX. You get yourself, that's $500 in gasoline. Now, the way to get into this next week is to be ready. We'll start Monday morning. There are two ways you can get in. Number one, if you've already registered online, you do not have to register again. You're in next week's drawing.
Correct.
Number two, download the app, the WIBX 950 app. It's free. You can download it in the App Store, or you can download it at Google Play. It's absolutely free. And in there, you're going to see the little icon where you can register to win free Fuel Fridays from Cliffs and WIBX. Awesome. The other way you can win is at some point next week, we'll ask you to call in, do a little contest.
Oh, we're going to contest.
We pick a winner every single day, a winner of $25. So you take those 8 winners through the week, and then next Friday, a week from today, we'll do this again, where somebody will win a $500 gift card for gasoline. Pretty awesome. What else do you have, or do you want me to move on?
I think we've gotten through all the comments.
The
We're
app
good to go.
is now working, for those who wonder. The app is now working. And feel free to send in your complaints, just not to us. We have no control over it as much as we would like to.
We don't want to hear it.
A construction worker in Vancouver bought a scratch-off lottery ticket for a game called Concert of a Lifetime.
Really?
And it's just Canadian. And will now get to take his entire family to see Taylor Swift, who apparently made no difference in the election at all. But she is something huge. He said he's setting aside 4 of them and will be giving them to Make-A-Wish. That's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Here is Douglas Lenhart talking about what he is doing.
I really didn't believe it in the beginning. I had my roommate double check the ticket for me. It'll be a fun experience, most definitely. It is called Concert of a Lifetime for a reason, so I might as well make that happen, for somebody special.
That's pretty cool. So they'll be going, but others with Make-A-Wish will be going as well. You think about the Taylor Swift thing, even the who endorsed Trump? Hulk Hogan. You had some of these
Dana
characters.
White, Joe Rogan.
Yes. The Joe Rogan thing, that might be a little different. I don't consider that as an endorsement as much as a 3-hour interview.
Well, he did the night before.
I know he did. Yeah. I understand that, but I don't believe in endorsements. I'm just telling you. I don't think they work for anybody. They don't work for Trump. Nobody's going to say, Joe Rogan is voting for Trump. I'm going to vote for Trump.
Right.
I don't believe that.
You're saying his appearance on the platform may have helped.
The appearance on the platform did help.
Yeah.
And her not participating, now maybe it would have been bad anyway, but she should have participated. It's her own fault.
I would have, out of curiosity, just liked to have heard that.
Well, what it was, how it went.
Would have been like, yeah.
And now on the other side, all of these endorsements, these celebrity endorsements for Kamala Harris didn't work. I just don't believe, and I understand, I work with campaigns all the time, and they get very excited when they are endorsed by an organization or by a union or what.
Yeah.
Even unions. Now, maybe years ago, it went like this. The union said, we need to vote for so-and-so, and everybody fell in line. I do not believe we're in a world like that today. When somebody comes out to say that Syracuse Post-Standard made an endorsement, did that make any difference? I don't think any of these. It's nice to have. Now, the Griffo commercial with Art Ellis, that's a little bit of a different situation.
Listen, everybody
that wasn't
listens
as much
to Art.
of. Believe me, when Art tells you to do something, you do it. That wasn't as much of an endorsement as it was a testimonial of how Joe helped him.
Yeah.
And when he said in that commercial, I know what he said because that's one that I produced. When he said, Joe might have, I believe Joe saved my life.
Wow.
So he could not get, he was being rejected to go and get the care that he needed. And he reached out to Griffo's office. Joe made it within an hour. Joe accomplished he was going there. Now, this is a veteran and a veteran police officer as well, a first responder.
And one of the best men I know.
9/11 is where he received his problems, his cancerous problems. Nonetheless, that is a little different. That's a different situation. But these people come out and say, I'm voting for Kamala Harris, or even I'm voting for Trump. I don't think they have zero effect. I don't think there's anybody that's saying I'm voting because this celebrity or this union or this. I don't think people follow it.
No.
I
think everybody will take a look at that.
Think about your own feeling when you see that. Are you saying, I like Bruce Springsteen, so I'm gonna vote the way Springsteen votes? I don't see it.
It may end up hurting the endorser.
I almost feel sometimes they had so many Hollywood type people endorsing Kamala Harris that I think it might have backfired. But I just don't feel. It's nice to have. It's always nice. It's wonderful. I just don't know what kind of a difference it makes. News is next.
Have you been thinking about buying a new hot tub or spa? Now is the time. Liverpool Pool and Spa has a large selection of American-made spas and hot tubs. Enjoy year-round for both relaxation and hydrotherapy. Fast delivery and installation available, as well as local service and support long after the sale. Financing options also available for qualified buyers. Stop into the Rome location today on 1501 East Dominic Street in Rome, or visit liverpoolpoolandspa.com for more information. Don't just dream it, live it.
Oh, you've seen these before. Would you rather be nearsighted or shovel snow? Next one. Would you rather pay less in taxes today or pay less taxes in the future? Lee Baldwin & Company can't help you with eyeglasses, but they can help you find the do's and don'ts of IRA and Roth investing and what a conversion can do for you. Lee Baldwin & Company. Find your investment answers at investtoday.com. Member FINRA SIPC.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Anti-Semitism in Amsterdam. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and it was violence. Israeli fans of a soccer team from Tel Aviv were attacked by pro-Palestinian mobs.
It is being described by the King of Netherlands as an anti-Semitic crime. Now, the Amsterdam police chief just said moments ago 5 people were injured and treated in the hospital, 20 to 30 minor injuries. Footage shows Israeli fans being kicked and stomped on the ground, running, even jumping into Amsterdam's famous canals to escape.
That's Fox's Matt Finn in Tel Aviv. Israel has sent planes to Amsterdam to bring those fans home. A fast-moving, wind-driven wildfire keeps scorching Southern California north of L.A.
It was like a hurricane came through, a tornado, just...
That fire has burned down 132 structures in Ventura County, many of them homes, and people barely had enough time to get out, losing everything. Thousands have evacuated. A first, as President-elect Trump keeps working on building his administration with a key first appointment.
Susie Wiles becomes the first female chief of staff in U.S. history. President-elect Trump calling her tough, smart, innovative, and universally admired and respected.
Fox's Aisha Hasni in West Palm Beach, Florida. Wiles had been the Trump campaign co-chair.
I've personally spent some time with her. She cares deeply about the president-elect and is committed to his policies.
Trump will have an easier time getting his cabinet appointed in the Senate. Republicans have won 53 seats, expanding their majority in the next Congress. Dave McCormick, the latest winner, unseating Democrat Bob Casey in Pennsylvania, telling Fox that voters wanted change.
They represented that desire for change by electing President Trump. I think the same with me. They're deeply distressed by the skyrocketing prices, the wide open border.
2 other Senate races still too close to call. In the House, Republicans have won 211 seats and need to win just 7 out of the 25 races not called to retain the majority. America's listening to Fox News.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation welcomed U.S. Army Specialist Brent Menard into a new mortgage-free smart home in Florida. Now, while on a road clearance mission in Afghanistan, Brent's vehicle was blown up by an improvised explosive device. Brent became a T4 paraplegic. Tunnel to Towers built him a specially adapted smart home that allows severely injured heroes like Brett to live more independently. We hope you'll donate $11 a month so this great work can continue. Just go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org. You know, the big wireless companies want you to overpay for data that you don't need, but you don't have to settle for that with Pure Talk. Well, you get to choose how much data that you actually want. And for $25 a month, you'll get unlimited talk, unlimited text. You're going to get mobile hotspot, 5 gigs of data. Go with Pure Talk, and you get to choose how much data you actually want. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, and if you do it now, you'll save an additional 50% off your first month from Pure Talk.
As President-elect Trump prepares to take over, President Biden says,
on January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America.
President Biden pushing unity and confidence in the electoral process during remarks in the Rose Garden, but not addressing what led to Vice President Harris's defeat. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was pressed on whether President Biden feels he bears any responsibility for sweeping defeats for Democrats.
He understands that the American people made a decision, and he's going to respect that. He believed he made the right decision when he stepped aside, decided that he wasn't going to run.
President Biden has invited President-elect Trump to the White House for a meeting. At the White House, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
A mayor is also vowing a smooth transfer of power. London Breed conceding defeat in San Francisco.
The city is on the rise, but this office is also bigger than just one person.
San Francisco's first black female mayor, Breed, lost to Daniel Lurie after she faced criticism over homeless encampments, businesses leaving the city, and rising retail crime. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed the day after a Federal Reserve interest rate cut and record highs again for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. Thursday night football came down to the last minute, and Baltimore edged Cincinnati.
Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase made 11 catches for 264 yards last night. He scored 3 touchdowns against the Ravens. His third score of the game with 38 seconds left got the Bengals within 1 point. The Bengals elected to go for a 2-point conversion to try for a 1-point lead on the Ravens.
Josevich to the right side. Chase to the left side. To the right side he goes. Incomplete at the goal line.
On Prime Video, the Bengals' 2-point conversion attempt failed, as did their onside kick attempt. The Ravens held on to win 35-34.
That's Jared Max. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Riscony Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. Several news stories breaking this morning. There's a lot to unpack. We will hopefully speak to Lieutenant Mike Curley as we're learning more about several shots fired incidents in the city overnight and into this morning. One of those incidents saw a 19-year-old female succumb to her injuries after being struck by gunfire. It's an unfortunate incident, and we're getting more details as they become available. And we'll continue to provide updates on that tragic story and all of the violence that happened in Utica last night into this morning. Another big story breaking this morning. The chairman of the Herkimer County Legislature has pleaded guilty to drug charges in Ilion. WKTV has reported the police satisfies unrelated weapons charges in German Flats. Robert Hullum was arrested in May for having cocaine The plea agreement includes 30 days of house arrest and 3 years probation with drug and alcohol conditions. This information comes from the Oneida County District Attorney who prosecuted the case. Sentencing is scheduled for January. A New Hartford man is being treated at Wynn Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries after being hit by a vehicle in New Hartford. Police say first responders arrived at the scene of the vehicle-pedestrian accident near 3600 Oneida Street. First responders arrived to find 36-year-old Joshua Hall suffering injuries. He was treated at the scene and transported to Wynn Hospital. Ultimately, police say witness information led them to the operator of the vehicle, 37-year-old William Ryan of Sequoit. He's been issued several traffic tickets and will appear in town court at a later date. The Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is revealing results of the latest crackdown on dangerous drivers from October 25th through October 31st. There were more than 46,000 tickets issued statewide. Over 1,200 of them were impaired motorists, and 1,600 were for distracted drivers. There were almost 33,000 tickets given out during the same period last year. Officials say law enforcement will continue to do their part to keep the state's roads safe. And the Rockefeller Christmas tree is on its way to New York City. The 74-foot-tall Norway spruce was cut down this morning, with many residents of West Stockbridge, Massachusetts, present to watch crews with saws in hand. The tree will travel 140 miles to Rockefeller Center and is set to arrive Saturday morning. It will then be spruced up with 5 miles of LED lights and topped with a 9-foot, 900-pound Swarovski star. The tree lighting ceremony is set for December 4th on NBC. It is 8:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Here's the latest forecast from the WIBX Weather Center. The cold air remains bottled up in Canada, but still some chillier air on the move with another front coming in. As we get some clear sky here this morning, it's chilly as some are starting off a little bit colder than we've been. But this afternoon, with a shower chance, we'll get into the mid-50s, pretty close to normal, with a gusty breeze. A shower early tonight. Then overnight, we drop to near freezing, 20s up in the North Country. Sunshine, 48 for Saturday, and then a chance of showers Sunday afternoon in the mid-50s. Chance of showers on Veterans Day. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Good news, mostly sunny. Bad news, it's a cool start, 47 degrees at 8:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW Nika 43 local contractors. The Baltimore Ravens trailed by as much as 14 points before coming back to beat the Bengals 35-34 in an AFC North clash at M&T Bank Stadium. Lamar Jackson completed a 5-yard touchdown pass to Rashad Bateman with 1:49 left in the game to put the Ravens ahead by 7. The Bengals answered back with Jamar Chase receiving a 5-yard touchdown pass from Joe Burrow with 38 seconds to go. Ultimately, they went for 2, and it was not enough. Both quarterbacks had a phenomenal performance, and these two teams play, it is always a battle. The New York Giants are going to be shorthanded when they head overseas. Wide receiver Darius Slayton is not traveling with a team to Germany and has been ruled out for Sunday's game with a concussion. New York is last in the NFC East at 2-7 and will take on the Panthers in Munich on Sunday. The Jets could have to make use of their top pick from the 2024 NFL Draft in a different position. Rookie offensive tackle Olu Fashanu is likely to see snaps for a second straight game at right guard. Fashanu played 37 snaps at right guard against the Texans after starting 2 games at right tackle earlier in the season. The former Nittany Lion spent most of his time at Penn State as the starting left tackle. The Jets are second in the AFC East at 3-6 and will visit the Cardinals on Sunday. The Knicks officially announced on Thursday the team has signed Matt Ryan. The 27-year-old appeared in 28 games for the Pelicans last season, averaging 5.4 points and 1.4 rebounds per game. He also spent time with the Celtics, Lakers, and Timberwolves. In the NHL, the Rangers were unable to extend their winning streak to 3 games after falling to the Buffalo Sabres 6-1 at Madison Square Garden. New York is 4th in the Metro Division with 17 points at 8-3-1. Syracuse University football team will be playing in the Bay State as they look to earn a second straight win. The Orange are taking on the Boston College Eagles at Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. They're coming off a 38-31 win over Virginia Tech that brought their record to 6-2. Kickoff is set for noon, and the contest will air on the CW. Utica Comets have a home game tonight, 7 o'clock against Cleveland. They'll be on the road tomorrow against Laval, and then they'll be back at home for a special Veterans Day game Monday at 5 o'clock. That is the Veterans Day game. Live music with the Dusty Puppies tonight, and there's a Mentalist show going on ahead of the game as well. So a lot of big events happening at the Odd. And, of course, Utica University Men's Pioneers will kick off their season tomorrow night at the Adirondack Bank Center. We'll talk to Gary Heenan coming up in just a little bit. If you're dealing with pain, I have a solution for you, possibly. The Revive Softwave Therapy on Genesee Street in Utica. It helped me tremendously. I was dealing with severe foot and ankle pain and inflammation after a race I ran earlier in the year, and after 6 treatments, my pain went from an 8 down to a 0. If you're dealing with neck, back, knee, wrist, arthritis, shoulder, neuropathy pain, that's something they treat, or foot and ankle pain like I'm dealing with, give them a try. It's an FDA-cleared, non-invasive, and drug-free treatment for chronic pain, inflammation, and all joint issues. And Keeler listeners, well, Dr. Tim Delmedico and his staff love you. They are giving a discount, part of Discovery Days. You'll get an initial consultation with one of the doctors, which will include your first Softwave therapy treatment, and they'll put you on a treatment and recovery plan that's right for you. Who else uses Revive? Plenty of NFL teams like the Giants, the Steelers, plenty of NBA teams, MLB teams, the Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic, Team USA, trusted by pro athletes and medical experts everywhere. Go to their website for more information, reviveutica.com. That's reviveutica.com. Let the healing begin with Revive Softwave Therapy, Genesee Street in Utica.
All right, you mentioned a shooting again.
Several shootings.
Overnight,
Yes.
Lieutenant Mike Curley. Utica Police Department on the line right now. Lieutenant, good morning. What do we know this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen. So the first one started on the 800 block of South Street at about a little after midnight, about 12:30. We were called regarding a male that was inside that establishment there that was suffering from a gunshot wound. Upon arrival, located him. He was shot once in the stomach. He was in pretty bad condition initially. Officers in UFD did a great job trying to save his life. When hospital staff did a great job. That individual underwent emergency surgery and is expected to be okay. Is in critical but stable condition at the time. While we're on scene there, a little after 1 o'clock, we get a shot spotter alert in front of 7 Faxton Street regarding 16 shots being fired.
Wow.
As we're arriving, we get calls that multiple victims are struck there. We get on scene and find a female and a male. The female is suffering pretty grievously from a shot to the chest. The male was shot to the back. Very sadly, the 19-year-old female passed away as a result of her injuries at the hospital. The male is expected to be okay, obviously suffering pretty good. And then, so obviously that investigation is still ongoing and pretty active at the moment. And then, about 3 o'clock in the morning, still investigating the other 2 incidents. Multiple shots are on the 1500 block of Howard Ave, I believe. And at that point, we find that a residence was struck multiple times with several young children inside. So
nice.
Quite the night. Obviously any question will be, are they going to be related?
Right,
we're looking into that, So
I mean,
it's
this
early. It's been a long night for our guys. So
Holy moly in the morning.
Well, it's got to take a toll. I mean, I'd imagine, too, especially with the significance of these incidents and the resources being spread so thin. I mean, is it something you have to bring officers in who are off duty possibly to help and assist with this? Is that something that had to be done?
Oh, yeah. So, and our guys are great. Our men and women have no compulsion about coming back to help at any time. It's just, think about any kind of incident. You're spread awful thin to begin with, and then you're spread even more thin, especially the homicide and then the third incident. So, our patrol unit, our investigative unit, they just did fantastic work and holding scenes down. The sad part is the city this size, we're not immune. We talk about that all the time, but we're certainly not unaccustomed to multiple incidents at one night. So we do the very best we can.
And you are you are investigating whether or not these were all of them or some of them were related.
Yeah, and I think it's just too early to tell. Obviously, a couple are in the immediate vicinity of one another. I think we're kind of leaning towards that. Those are, in fact, and the first one we'll certainly see. It can't rule anything out, and certainly can't rule anything in yet. I
mean, if you think about it, it's absolutely tragic that a 19-year-old young lady had her life cut short as a result of gun violence. But I think this shot spotter technology allowed for you to respond a lot more quick than in probably times past that may have contributed to the life-saving efforts of the other individual.
Yeah, I think in no way, shape, or form that can't be underscored. Like, our officers put the chest seal on the individual that's life was saved. UFD was there in a matter of seconds. So just we talked about it when the technology came out, just the initial response time, cutting down from 1 minute to potentially 4 to 5 minutes is paramount in life-saving and investigating needs.
And this is, would you agree, this year is going down as one of the worst that we've experienced?
19 was pretty bad. We had 11 homicides in 19, and COVID in 20. It's pretty bad this year, though, right? I mean, this is the year because of young, urban individuals being killed as a result of group and gang violence, and that's why we're losing young kids at a rate that we shouldn't be.
Lieutenant Mike Curley, thank you, and thank you guys for what you do. I mean, clearly putting your lives on the line every day.
Thanks, Bill, and our hearts and prayers, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims, and we'll do our very best to give the families justice.
All right, thank you so much.
All right,
okay.
19-year-old female. What are we doing here?
Disgusting.
I'm not going to break. Gary Heenan's been waiting, and we're going to take him right now. Head coach, Utica Pioneers, he'd be our version of Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a short second to Pacenti.
He's
the way they dress, right? They're very.
He's been known to throw a few technological devices across the locker room.
He has done that. Here he is, Gary Heenan. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. I missed you guys. It's been a little while.
It has been a
while. But it's great. It's that time of year, and our version, 2024-25 version of the Pioneers is. I think it's an exciting product. You guys will like seeing.
This is going to be. Are you? Has the? How do I ask this in a way that you can answer it? Has all of this talk about Division I helped you with recruiting, and where are we going with that? Sorry about that question.
I think it gets us more conversations with agents that are out there, programs and kids. So as it put us into more marketing efforts out there. Yeah, it has. But we sell ourselves on who we are, and we don't want kids to come because of that conversation.
Right.
We want kids to come because of who we actually are, and we can't promise that. So there's a lot of talk today because hockey now is allowed to recruit major junior kids, and that just got passed yesterday. So there'll be a lot more Canadians coming down to play U.S. college hockey, and kind of a landmark decision that the NCAA made yesterday.
Wow. So that is a new decision. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's actually huge. And speaking of some former assistants, they're all up there this week recruiting this brand new pool of athletes that just became available.
Okay, all right. So talk about this weekend. This is opening night tomorrow night, Adirondack Bank Center. Tickets available. If you have season tickets, make sure people are using them. Talk about tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, I think probably the biggest unique thing that you'll see this year, it's been some time since we had this format. The league has changed. All those Pennsylvania schools that a lot of you have never heard of have left the league. Geneseo and Brockport come into the league. It's just a 6-team league, and we go home and home almost every weekend. So there'll be just one home game every weekend, one on the road. So you don't have to choose which one you're going to. There is only one game each weekend, and our team is we returned I think it's 14 sophomores. We brought in a couple transfers. We're a veteran team. Last year we were extremely young, I think we've got the pieces to compete again for it. It's about performance and execution, as you know. But we're excited to get going. Coming off last weekend's opening weekend on the road versus number 3 Adrian. We're currently, I think, number 4. So it was a huge series that we split on the road, and we'll get better as the year goes on. Nazareth's a veteran team as well. They return almost their entire team. Stingy, big on the back end. Always an entertaining, tough contest playing them.
And if people didn't see it, last week you split with Adrian.
Yeah, we did. It was, as you know, it's a Detroit trip. So the guys are in the bus about 9 hours to get up there, and coming off that bus, we won an exciting game, 3-2 local product. Shane Murphy had the game winner with about 33 seconds left, and the next night we were down 2-0 quite early. Came back, got the lead 3-2, and squandered that late in that game. So a heartbreaking loss on the next night, but. It's a great series we have with a perennial national team. They were in the Frozen Four last year alongside us. But expectations high. They should be. I think people like what they see on the ice tomorrow night.
All right. Playing in Nazareth tonight and at home tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Adirondack Bank Center. Utica Pioneers, it is that time of year. Before you know it, though, we're going to be like, can you believe the season's already over? We're talking about playoffs. It moves fast, right?
It sure does. It sure does. But excited to see you guys in the rink tomorrow.
All right, we'll be there. Thanks so much,
Coach.
Gary. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Head coach Gary Heenan, tomorrow night, Adirondack Bank Center. And let's give away a pair of tickets to that game tomorrow night. Be caller number 7 right now, 315-736-0186. Pair of tickets for tomorrow night, Nazareth and UU at the Adirondack Bank Center. And caller 7 right now.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Lights, camera, music. Sunday, November 10th, the Rome Capitol Theater presents Guitars Along the Mohawk. The afternoon concert begins at 1. A lineup of your favorite local acoustic musicians will perform their original songs for a television production. Guitars Along the Mohawk, Sunday, November 10th at the Rome Capitol Theater. Complete details on the Guitars Along the Mohawk Facebook page and online at romecapital.com.
This station is brought to you by Tallman's Tire, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Throughout the entire month of November, take $100 off instantly on any 4 installed Bridgestone or Firestone tires, including popular winter tires like the Firestone Winter Force and the Bridgestone Blizzak. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today online at tallmanstires.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices guaranteed.
You're already supermom. Bouncing from work to soccer practice most nights, you've got your hands full. Luckily, AmeriQ's right here whenever you need us. Make remote deposits, pay a person, check your credit score, and more, all from the AmeriQ app. So whether you're in line at grocery pickup or sitting on the bleachers, you really can't do it all with AmeriQ. Download our app or visit AmeriQ.org to open an account. Membership eligibility is required, insured by NCUA.
Have you been thinking about buying a new hot tub or spa? Now is the time. Liverpool Pool and Spa has a large selection of American-made spas and hot tubs. Enjoy year-round for both relaxation and hydrotherapy. Fast delivery and installation available, as well as local service and support long after the sale. Financing options also available for qualified buyers. Stop into the Rome location today on 1501 East Dominic Street in Rome, or visit liverpoolpoolandspa.com for more information. Don't just dream it, live it.
Warner Sales and Service, building relationships, building trust.
Hi, Eric from Warner's here. Winter is coming, and you know better than anyone how important your Bobcat equipment is during this season. We're here to help keep it going during the winter months. From preventative maintenance to major repairs, our service department has you covered. Or maybe it's time to upgrade that older machine to something new. Stop in and see one of our Bobcat specialists. Because we focus our attention only on the Bobcat products, we can help you find just the right machine for the task at hand. So whether it's service or sales or even rentals, stop by our place and let's see if we can solve some of your winter problems. Warner Sales and Service, just off Route 365 between Rome and Verona.
building relationships, building trust. Warner Sales and Service. Warner's, where quality still counts. At Warner's.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Throughout the entire month of November, take $100 off instantly on any 4 installed Bridgestone or Firestone tires, including popular winter tires like the Firestone Winter Force and the Bridgestone Blizzak. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today online at TallmansTires.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices guaranteed.
Lights, camera, music. Sunday, November 10th, the Rome Capitol Theater presents Guitars Along the Mohawk. The afternoon concert begins at 1. A lineup of your favorite local acoustic musicians will perform their original songs for a television production. Guitars Along the Mohawk, Sunday, November 10th at the Rome Capitol Theater. Complete details on the Guitars Along the Mohawk Facebook page and online at RomeCapital.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, for God's sakes. We have Senator Joe Griffo in studio right now. Senator, good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations on a big win.
Yes, congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate that, and thanks to the voters, too. I sincerely appreciate the vote of confidence. It's very humbling, I'll tell you. After
it's a close race.
That's the thing that really made it so significant to me, that the margins were so high. It was an overwhelming victory.
Democrats and independents voted for you.
Yeah, and that's good because we work hard, and you guys know that. I mean, that's the way I was raised. You work hard, be honest, respect people.
Yeah.
We were available and accessible. I think we handled constituent problems. We delivered resources. We passed legislation. So, this is... I'm honored to serve and represent, but also humbled by this, particularly when you consider the environment that we're in right now, the political environment. So I thank the voters for their support, and I will continue to do my best to put all my energy and effort into service to the people that I represent.
So there's a lot going to be going on. Of course, this is for you a big victory. One of the things that I think a lot of people were talking about is, you do believe in term limits, and you talk about term limits. You know that I am not a fan of term limits. However, this is the way it is, so you run. But I do believe there's something to be said for having representatives who know their way around Albany, and when we need help with something, they can reach out and get something done.
Yeah, and I understand that, and people are going to have differences of opinion. But again, under that premise, and I respect your opinion, there are some members that have been there a long time and still don't know how to get around and who to get to.
But isn't that though the voters' fault? I mean, they just
keep reflection of the individual, and then
today there's no excuse. You will have an opponent because the state is using taxpayer dollars to pay people to run against incumbents.
And my point is why I support term limits is because I think you just need that overall change regularly, not individual change, but overall change. And but it is now based on seniority. And if you are doing the job, and I like to believe, and I know that we are, and using the networks, using the connections, using knowledge of the system, regardless of whether you sit in the majority or minority, we can still get things done to benefit the people I represent and the region that we represent.
Yeah.
So, and if I could step aside tomorrow, if I could pull a George Washington and it would work and everybody would follow suit, I would consider doing that.
Yeah.
But that would never happen. I'd leave and everybody else would stay.
Right.
So my premise there is that I want to change these rules, and I'll work to change these rules. In fact, we do have a rule of the Senate that puts term limits on the leaders and the chairs of committees, thanks to my efforts. But until the rules or laws are changed, I'll play by the ones that exist.
Do you know that? And I know you know this because you are a history buff as well. And when the term limits were imposed on the presidency. Did not come
after FDR. It's
after
25th Amendment.
50s.
Right. Yeah.
So,
but everybody followed Washington's rule.
That is true for the most part.
Right.
Not FDR.
Right.
He hung around and at one point, I think towards the end, his wife the first lady was running the country. It's with everything that occurred. Obviously, there's a big presidential election with results that some say I knew it was going to happen, but for the most part, I think everybody was pretty amazed by the win, especially after we were told how razor thin everything was going to be. So there's that, but then there are some after effects, and I wanted to get your take on Elise Stefanik. Everybody's very excited that Elise Stefanik is going to be handling Griffiths, that she will be the congressperson for the city of Rome. Or will she?
So first and foremost, as you indicated, when everybody was asking for a prediction on the national elections, it was tough to do. Our focus was on our own campaign.
Sure. Yeah.
But the one sense I got, and I think we talked about this last week when we were on the show here, that I thought it wasn't going to be this, basically all-nighter. Where we wouldn't know. And the one thing I had a sense as I was seeing and hearing things from people is that it was going to break. Now, which way it broke, I didn't know.
Hard to tell. Although it felt like Trump had the momentum.
Right.
She had it early in September, but he seemed to recapture the momentum there.
Right.
I felt anyway.
And then I came to believe that it would be a win that night, election night, or the next day, we know who our next president would be, as opposed to this nail biter. Now you're going to have a lot of things.
So
in the
I'm
mix.
talking Stefanik,
and the Congresswoman.
I think she's going to get some offers that are really good.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, she'll have to make an ultimate decision on her own as to what is best for her and her family. But I think she will be in contention for a cabinet-level position. I believe she may have an interest in serving the country in a different way, potentially. A lot will depend, I think, upon, and I don't have any inside information here right now, but a lot will depend upon the makeup of the Congress. If it's real close, what does she do?
Let's skip forward. I because there's a bush, I don't want to beat around it.
What do you want to know where she might end up?
No. I think there's a good chance she's going to leave Congress. It's going to open the door.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
she's made inroads there. I mean, she's been there a while.
And my guess would be right now a position that I think would interest her would be the ambassador, UN ambassador.
Okay.
Give her a chance to still be in New York.
I want to get past that.
You want to get past that?
If she leaves, are you considering a run for Congress?
Wow. I've turned down the opportunity to run for Congress twice, and at this point in time, I don't have an interest in that.
I mean, you have Rome.
I mean, you live in the district. Yeah. You're popular.
You just
in that
won by
district.
70% of the vote.
You outperformed her and Trump.
Yeah, but right now, I think what would happen is the way the process works. Should she leave, she would have to resign her seat in order to take a cabinet position. The governor then establishes when the special would be. So I would guess if she left to take. The president gets sworn in on January 20th.
Okay.
So that would be mid-January. I would think the governor would try to hold a special election probably in, there's a couple ways you could do this. You could hold a special right away, which would be February or March. But then there's a primary in June. You could wait just to June and let that be.
And no special election. It would be a
special election.
Because there will be two if you do.
There could be two elections.
Yeah.
Right.
So here's what could happen. They could hold an election in March.
Right.
Name an interim congressperson.
Correct.
That election.
Who determines that?
The parties do. So there's no primary in that. So the way
you nominate. So the parties put somebody forth.
Correct.
And so now, then. In November, there would be another election,
general,
which would be for the 2-year term.
For the remainder of the 1-year term, because it would be only
wow.
Right, because it's only.
Then they'd have to run again, so there'd be another election.
So what you're looking at potentially is an individual running in a special, then there may be a primary because there's going to be a lot of people who may have an interest in the seat if it's open, and only one gets designated, as I indicated to you, unless everybody just coalesces and there's a consensus, this is the person, and then they support them. So there could be potentially a special, a primary, and a general, and then followed by the next general.
So can you imagine? I just want to throw out some possibilities.
Okay.
Because remember, in Congress, you do not need to live the way Katie Ayala lives, in hiding. Okay? You can be up front and say, I don't live in the district.
You have to move into the district, though, once you're
you
elected.
do, but that opens the door for a few possibilities.
Okay.
Brandon Williams. Would he be interested? Claudia Tenney. Saw her on a lot of direct mail pieces here locally. Robert Smullen would be a possibility. The assemblyman who went unopposed this time around. He is more from that area, but also represents here as well.
And he has a military background. I mean, that would be appealing to the Fort Drum.
Has a very strong military background. Have I missed anybody else?
It's a unique, there's a number of state senators.
And how about Anthony Brindisi pulling off the greatest gig of all? He'll now, or is now, or will be a federal judge.
Has he been confirmed?
He has not been confirmed yet, so this got to be confirmed by the Senate. He's been nominated and interviewed and appeared before committees of the
and that's
Congress.
big. It keeps the seat in Utica.
Right.
Judge Hurd's position there.
Correct.
But anyway,
but there are a number of
I'm ruling him out.
There are a number of assembly individuals in that area that could have an interest. A number of state senators, Steck.
But Smullen has a good name in terms of he's not that well known here, but he does represent here.
This is over. I got to be honest. I don't remember how many counties. At least 13.
It's
counties.
a big district.
So you have to look at where you're stretching from the North Country, right? In Clinton County, and Jefferson County, and St. Lawrence County.
Around
you go
Albany,
into Albany in the Capital District.
So
she where she came from, right? The Glens Falls area, that area there.
So
and Saratoga.
All the way
and
across,
it comes down into
right
Oneida County, Herkimer County, goes into some Fulton, I believe, in that area. So you have this is a vast district, and there's going to be a lot of players, and I'm not sure how they'll ultimately ascertain and determine if she takes a position in the cabinet. Who the successor will be.
So in discussing all of this, and you may have mentioned it, and I'm still maybe confused about it. So the 20th, or it's somewhere around there, Trump's sworn in, she gets selected to be the UN ambassador. There's still going to be the special election, but who holds that seat in the I know we talked about finding an interim person.
Know before,
who holds the seat?
Well, it depends. If she were to resign, the seat would be empty for maybe a month or something.
Okay, so it would just be
and we'll know.
And you
before.
got a lot of names, like you said. I mean, we were talking about Williams and Molinaro, even.
Molinaro's possibility.
Who's on the fringes of that district.
Now he's not lost as of yet, right? I don't. Although there are some that have called it, there are a lot of
close. Yeah,
there's a lot of provisional and absentee ballots that are still out there. So this is going to be very interesting. And then you're going to have. Let's not forget. Although I don't think a Democrat can win in that district. You're going to have the governor who would like to see a Democrat put in there, and that's just
you had a Democrat before Elise, though. That was Bill Owens,
right?
But it was much more North Country driven at the time, but that is there was a Democrat there. There are a lot of
they're going to see a potential opening. A lot of possibilities, but you're ruling it out.
No, he's not. Look at him.
Yes, I have no interest in that. At this point, like I said, I've just got elected to serve the people of the 51st. And
there's another one that I just thought of is County Executive Anthony Pacini.
County Executive Pacini. There's a lot of great local leaders too, mayors.
We got to get him on Monday.
But I think is
it Jackie Izzo's chance to get back in? There are just names that are out there.
But think of what you're doing right now, right? I think that's where
causing trouble.
Well,
I don't mean to be.
But there's
ruffling feathers.
No, but there's voter fatigue. You're already looking at I can't wait to see El Tejan on TV again and Ricky Z. And you want to bring on all the politicians again.
Joe, I make commercials for a living. Come on. Let's have elections year round.
And you do a good job.
Well, listen, you had a lot of people. What I thought was really good about your campaign this year, and then we'll break and come back. And if anybody has any questions of Senator Griffo, 315-736-0186. You had a lot of people. Wayne, I'm going to take you before I break because I know you've been waiting. You had a lot of people coming out, not endorsing. I don't know if you heard me talking about how I don't feel endorsements move the needle at all.
I agree with you.
But I do feel testimonials play a role. Like when Art Ellis was sitting there talking about how he credits you for saving his life, or all those people that came out and said, I'm with Joe. That was a very unique campaign approach, and I think it was very effective, and it had to make you feel pretty good. You had a lot of support.
Yeah, absolutely. And even when you talk about endorsements, I agree with what you say about moving the needle, but it is encouraging when you're vying with your opposition to receive endorsements, whether they're from the PBAs and the organized labor, the business community. And we were very fortunate to, wherever we competed, we were able to get everyone to say, they supported me and believed in me, and that was, again, I'm very grateful for that too.
Except there were a few I did not understand what they were saying. They were speaking a foreign language, so there was Polish in there, there was Bosnian, and that also was Spanish. That also was a bit of a tip of the hat to you as well. You should be proud of that. Wayne, you're on with Senator Griffo, and then I'll break.
Hey, I got a saying, Joe goes when Joe wants to go.
Oh, okay.
When Joe's ready to go, Joe goes. Nobody makes Joe go.
Nobody puts Joe in the corner.
That's right. That's what I like about Joe.
Thank you, Wayne.
Hey, I just want, and this I'm not saying it to jab or poke anybody, but I wanted to know, all of you, even Joe, what's your opinion on what had happened with the late night shows and everybody coming on crying to open up their show?
I mean, Kimmel was
crying.
Kimmel was crying at the end.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you want to answer that?
I haven't seen any of the shows. So
listen, be a good winner. That's what I would say, Wayne. These are people, clearly they feel impassioned.
Be a sore loser and a good winner.
I'm saying they feel incredibly passionate about, and there are a lot of people out there that are very on edge right now because they feel the election was very, very bad. They feel that way. So I would say you, as a Trump supporter, be a good winner and let's bring the country together. That would be a really positive, I feel.
It's nice of you guys. It's nice of you Obama supporters to say something like that now when you should have thought that way even then. Everybody should be thinking that all the time.
I don't know who you're calling an Obama supporter, but I will say, I will say this, Wayne. You have an opportunity, and Trump has a real opportunity here. This country is so divided. For God's sakes, we have to come together as a country. And Biden said he was going to do it, and it didn't happen. So Trump has a second opportunity at that, and I hope it happens. I think Andrew, you said it the other day. He said he's going to be a unifier.
That's what he said.
And we all hope that is what happens. So, and Wayne has hung up because I think when I hit that button, he can't hear me. Anyway, would you agree with that?
Well, look,
time to come together.
America has spoken. And I think what the governor and the attorney general did the other day was wrong.
That was wrong.
Outrageous.
No doubt about it.
People un-American.
Pisani actually had a statement out
last night,
admonishing
or this morning. I saw it,
and rightly so, because that's the wrong approach right now.
No doubt.
You got to be sensitive to people's feelings. At this point, people feel a certain way, but the country has spoken, and you need to respect that. And I do believe that there's opportunities for all of us. You don't have to abandon your core political or philosophic or moral beliefs, but we also have to find common ground and exercise common sense and try to get things done. You have to govern.
You're not necessarily going to believe in everything that he does, but he still has to be your president. Right. He is everyone's president. This is how America is supposed to work.
Right. And I think that's what's wrong when you have, like I said, you can't control how people feel emotionally or how they act emotionally, and you have to respect that. But on the other hand, when you're in public office and you're undertaking or uttering things like the Attorney General in New York did and the governor did. That is unfortunate, and that leads to what you're saying. That further.
Well, it's not going to help you with your Micron deal, for God's sakes. Why are you going down that road?
But
right?
But it's just not necessary.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
I think at this point in time, as you said, let's focus on how do we rebuild this type of working relationship where we can govern and get things done.
And that's the key. We're always going to disagree. But it seems like we've reached a point where nothing can get done because we're all dug in so deeply. It's time to understand that, Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan, they found ways to get things done. And we have to go back to that.
You're right.
I feel anyway. And let me break and we'll come back with Senator Joe Griffo. And if you have any questions, 315-736-0186.
Scott and Jill here from New York Sash. We'd like to congratulate the winner of our 2024 Shower for a Soldier Bath Makeover Giveaway, Mr. Edward Andrews.
Each year at New York Sash, we honor a veteran with a bath makeover giveaway, complete with a tub-to-shower conversion, a seat, and safety features to help make their life a little bit easier.
With help from our partners at Bath Planet, we're giving Edward Andrews his dream bathroom makeover for free. It's the least we can do to honor his sacrifice. Edward served in the United States Army for 21 years and was stationed on front lines all over the world. He was nominated by his wife Faith for his selfless service to our country.
Giving Edward a new bathroom is a token of our appreciation. We'd like to honor and help all who have served by offering a veteran's discount of 22% off every product all year long.
To get started on your bath remodel or for any of our products, give us a call at 624-7344 or visit NewYorkSash.com. And congratulations to Edward Andrews.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
This is actual footage of Bill Keeler doing a radio show on WIBX. Sadly, his career was found in a heavily wooded area. If you know the person or persons who ended the radio career of Bill Keeler, please tell them thanks on behalf of the people of Central New York.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Couple things I do need to get to. Final weeks of all season outfitters closing for retirement sale. Now save up to 75% off everything in the store. Everything has to go. Every department is on sale. Everything must go. Winter wear, hunting and fishing and camping and workwear, hiking and footwear, fixtures, even the fixtures and the office furniture. 75% off. Everything must go in the store. Closing for retirement. All season outfitters. It's over there where Toys R Us used to be. 75% off today for you to take advantage of. Also, the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. Dr. Zielinski and Dr. Shemalinsky. Dr. Zielinski is back, and they're accepting new patients. Just the other day, Davey was saying, I need a new doctor. Make the phone call. You could have a new family doctor by calling the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. 315-507-4751. And the official coffee of this radio program, Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. All of the donuts, the apple cider donuts, those sour cream donuts are just incredible. They have a soup of the day.
That sour cream donut.
Manhattan clam chowder today is their soup of the day. I love that. Chicken salad on croissant and bagel, avocado toast, and the list goes on. The best coffee and a speedy drive-through. All right. You have any questions for Senator Joe Griffo? I can put you through to him. Pretty easy. Mike says, I think the biggest negative to term limits is you end up with staff members who gain even more power because they're the ones running the country.
Well, that's a good point, except that, again, that's dependent upon the individual, right? If you have a personality who's going to yield the staff, I respect my staff. I want my staff's input. They play an important role in how I can do my job. But in the end, I'm going to make a decision. I'm not going to let my staff do that. And so he raises a good point when you have central staff, things of that nature. But again, it's a reflection of the personality of the leader or the individual member, too. If the member is going to do, acquiesce, or if the leadership is going to let staff run it. That was a criticism I've always had talking to some of my colleagues in the assembly, that the central staff seems to play a very significant role all the time. In the Senate, it wasn't that way. The members drove it. So, but that, again, is a reflection of the individual and personality.
Before you get to those comments, I want to take some calls here. It's Brian for Joe Griffo. Brian, good morning. You're on with Senator Griffo.
Good morning, Senator. How are you doing?
Good, Brian. How are you?
Good, thank you. I just wanted to call in and tell you thank you. I met you at the African Festival at City Hall this past summer. I was volunteering, taking pictures, and I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to talk to me as a veteran. And with Veteran Day coming up, acknowledgement, people, especially politicians, talking and getting involved in the community definitely means a lot.
Well, Brian, thank you for your service. And I think the other thing that we need to be remembering is not only to say thank you, but to make sure we follow that up with the right actions for our veterans. And too many times, people can, at least now, are beginning to recognize and appreciate and thank veterans for their service. But there's so much more that we need to do to provide the resources for them when they come home, because there's so many different challenges that they face, whether it's economic or health, things of that nature. So,
okay, Brian, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a great day. Thanks for your service. And Joe, I believe tomorrow you'll be at the Rec Center tomorrow for the Flags for Heroes event.
Actually, I'm performing a wedding ceremony.
Oh, you are?
Tomorrow,
okay.
So, but I will be at Columbus School for a veteran ceremony very shortly.
Flags for Heroes tomorrow, 3 o'clock at the Utica Rec Center. It looks beautiful over there in the Parkway.
Great event.
Here's Jake for Senator Griffo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Senator, congratulations.
Thank you, Jake.
My question is the Electoral College. Okay. New York they have 54 electoral votes. California, 54. Couldn't they do something to lower that? That's 108 votes right out of the gate. That's a lot.
Yeah, so the
it
electoral
usually goes to the Democrats.
Yeah, so the Electoral College is based upon the number of representatives you have and the 2 U.S. senators. So if we have 26 congressmen and women and then 2 senators, you would have 28 votes. Like a state like Wyoming has 2 senators and 1 member of Congress, they'd have 3 votes. That was done.
Texas has a lot.
Our forefathers. So it's based on your population of the census, and
people
then
keep leaving those states,
right? And that's why New York at one time had 40. But then the state can determine how they allocate those electors. Nevada is the only, and I guess where you're going is maybe a way to look at this. It's normally they do winner takes all. Whoever wins that state wins those electors. But Nebraska does it differently. You can do it by congressional district. So, like in New York's case, if there's 28 electors. You could then say, well, maybe one person upstate 10 of them may go to one party, and then the other remainder would go to the other party. So Nebraska, I believe, is the only state that does that right now, but every state has the ability to make a determination as to how they will allocate the electors. But the number is based upon
votes. I have another question for you. Do you have a sister?
Excuse me?
Do you have a sister?
No, I have no siblings. I have a lot of cousins that are close to me.
Okay, because years ago, a friend of mine, he and I worked for the county, and his girlfriend said that, I think he said it was your sister or relative was PR for the Buffalo Bills.
No, that would have been interesting. I know.
Now you would have get where's those tickets?
Even though I'm a Raiders fan, but yeah,
that's what I heard.
Yeah, no, that would have been a cool thing. But
Believe me, we'd have been mooching off him a lot more. If we, yeah. All right, Jake, thank you.
Thanks, Jake.
All right. Have a great weekend, guys.
Yeah, you too.
315-736-0186 for Senator Griffo.
And I do enjoy this, as you know. This is always, we've always tried to be available and accessible, and I do relish this when you have an opportunity to answer, like when we'll have to do another Joe time maybe during the holidays.
We should definitely do that. And we'll invite all the people who want to criticize you.
That's
Those
fine.
are always, to me, they're the funnest.
I know.
Yeah,
we've had that happen. We've had that happen on the air.
Yeah, we have.
Little Griffo roast. Yeah.
Some comments here.
Very quickly, because we're running out of time. Congratulations, Mr. Griffo from Lance and Lee. When Stefanik leaves, will Brandon Williams be named the replacement? It probably won't be you or Brisseni, since you don't seem to support Trump much. I wish he would run. He would never be able to. Handle the negative ads from Democrats. Izzo, she can't win.
Just when you thought it was a love fest.
Izzo, she can't win a mayor's race, and Pisani's Cuomo commercial would be replayed every hour by Democrats if he tried to get that seat. That's Lance.
Okay, good comments. Good ones. I
have a couple more if I can get this to load.
Nope, you can't. Joe, thank you. Great job.
My pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And again, thanks to everyone who participated in the electoral process, and thanks for your support for me.
Go Showtime. Great band, right?
Yes.
They do a nice job. Mazda's been winning races and building award-winning vehicles for over 100 years. Right now at Steve Ponte Mazda, 0% APR financing. Think about this, a new CX-30 SE model for $269 a month. See Ricky Z at Steve Ponte Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. And it's Friday, one more day of the week that you can enjoy the buffet, the incredible Italian buffet at Tony's in Washington Mills. A ton of items on the menu. Come in and take advantage of it. It's Tony's Pizzeria in Washington Mills. Have a great weekend. We're back Monday.
We're your neighbors, friends, and your family. We care about our community, your business, and most important, you.
We support charities like the United Way, McMahon Ryan Child Advocacy Center. We're the members of IBW Local 43 and NECA Contractors. You don't just see our work, you live it. From the JMA Wireless Dome, hospitals, schools, and city buildings, the IBEW is part of the community.
Central New York's future is bright, and the IBEW Local 43 and NECA will continue to help light, power, and grow Central New York.
Have you been thinking about buying a new hot tub or spa? Now is the time. Liverpool Pool and Spa has a large selection of American-made spas and hot tubs. Enjoy year-round for both relaxation and hydrotherapy. Fast delivery and installation available, as well as local service and support long after the sale. Financing options also available for qualified buyers. Stop into the Rome location today on 1501 East Dominic Street in Rome, or visit liverpoolpoolandspa.com for more information. Don't just dream it, live it.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Hey, if you're needing flooring, think about Sarah's Flooring Outlet. It has the largest inventory of anybody in the area, and let me tell you, when we need flooring, we go to the experts. It's Sarah's. And you know, for Mohawk Extreme, the Pergo Extreme by Mohawk, that is a great product. And at Sarah's, they have the lowest price guarantee, period. Yeah, at 60-mile radius, you will get the lowest price. See them today. Get 6 months interest-free financing online or in the store. Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy, or online. It's sarahsflooringoutlet.com.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
President Biden went too far. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what a federal judge in Texas rules, blocking a Biden executive order as exceeding his authority and siding with 14 states that sued, claiming the order gave mass amnesty to illegal aliens. The president said the goal was to keep families together, giving legal status to hundreds of thousands of people in the U.S. illegally who are married to American citizens. Meanwhile,
President-elect Donald Trump's plans to resume